Hello, everyone, and welcome to what is sure to be another fabulous Tuesday. Today we are playing some more Flesh and Blood Sealed using my, I got a case of the Welcome to Rathe Unlimited on its release. If you're watching this many years from now, that means it's November-ish, 2020. And last week we played Welcome to Rathe Sealed, and it was a really good time. I love Sealed for this game. I love Sealed in general, but this game does it so well.
Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah. Great.
Just shut down that intro.
But really, though, last week
it
we
was
had
wonderful.
some really great games, and it's just enough deck building. If you're unfamiliar, the way Sealed works in a TCG, Flesh and Blood is a TCG by Legend Story Studios. Randomized packs, kind of like baseball cards, but Sealed is where we each get 6 packs, open them up, build a deck out of what we've got, and then play. And that gives you it lets you start messing with like deck building concepts, but in a very limited capacity. So it's really good if you're new to the game. If you grab a couple boxes, it's a great way to dive in.
It's a game within a game. You take a game, you collect the game, and then you make a game out of collecting the game.
I like
which
that
is
game.
Beautiful. And then if you have people on the outside that are placing bets on who's going to win a sealed pool, now you're playing a game about a game that's making a game about collecting a game.
And you can also build decks. That's a game. You can try to win tournaments. That's a different game.
There's 1,000 different games in this game.
The game outside the game outside the game.
That's it, man. I'm telling you, we're onto something
So we have a weekly podcast called the Covenant Cast.
And you can hear this kind of nonsense weekly.
That's right, beyond our streams.
Were these here for a reason?
They were just left there yesterday.
I'm pretty sure that we haven't adjusted the top camera.
We haven't, but that's going to be a good time. We did a podcast called The Game Outside the Game, and TCGs particularly have a ton of the
diatribe there.
Yeah, I'm good. I have at least 6. You don't understand. Now that
you solo stream, I know that you're capable of doing it by yourself, so I don't feel the need to contribute positively to this experience.
Yeah, you really just, as long as the camera ends up pointing in the right direction, that's all I can ask for. But the TCG format particularly,
that's perfect.
Yeah, great. Yeah, those are my legs. That's what you guys want to see, right? But the number of games outside the games for a TCG is immense, which is part of what is the charm and the magic. We did a podcast, not the one that went up today. We had one that would go up today, but the one before that was actually about this crazy secondary market for Flesh and Blood that's kind of just going insane. And that in and of itself is a really great example of that game outside the game, which is crazy. I want to say I saw Tom McCall in chat, who I haven't seen around in a while. I know you had some stuff going on in your life. He was very excited about Flesh and Blood. He was international. It happens sometimes where international shipments just take a while. And then he finally got his stuff in, and the stuff happened, and he had to sell it all. Hopefully it went well for you, because those prices have skyrocketed, no matter how good or bad your pools were. So I hope you're doing well, and glad to see your name. Gonna check in the chat. How's everyone doing?
You said Tom sold out?
I think he had to sell some or a lot of it.
Because of life circumstances?
Life happened.
You have to get that septic tank installed?
Maybe. But yeah, I also want to know, we did this a couple weeks ago with, I don't know if it's Flesh and Blood or not, but how many people here are relatively new? I saw some people in the chat beforehand saying that they're interested in this game, and we'll try to do our best to explain it as we go. But I'm always amazed at how many completely new to a game people there are for some of these streams.
And on that note, I wanted to mention, so this unlimited product is not necessarily easy to find still right now, right?
I think we sold everything we had and can't get more of Welcome to Rathe.
That's right. Yeah, so think about this though. That to me means that this is not speculation and collectors like stockpiling, because it's unlimited. So it's people wanting to play the game.
Which is a really good...
Yeah. See, my concern was going to be like all this first edition stuff dries up, unlimited comes out, and then it doesn't sell because people were just speculating on the game being successful, and there weren't people who actually wanted to play.
Yeah.
As it turns out, people like us who just want to actually play the game are in high demand.
Well, and I think we talked about it on that podcast, but it's definitely an ecosystem that's going on. And so because the prices of first edition have spiked so much, because Channel Fireball started covering it, and it's on TCG Player, and obviously we're talking about it, and Rudy with Alpha Investments, but you have this energy going on, so more people are aware of it, because there's all this energy around the hype. But that really means that there's a lot of people seeing the energy in all these places that are starting to cover it or sell it or host it, and it's really becoming a legitimate game. And so then a bunch of people, and you pair that with the Magic, everything going on in the Magic community, and so there's a lot of people that just want to play, and they couldn't get product because first edition boxes are like $1,000 now.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to see that the first print run of Unlimited seems to be selling out, and hopefully that's just going to keep spinning as the game grows and grows and grows.
Fat Guy IT has it right here too. Also marked the official launch in the EU and Canada. So you have an expansion of customer base and through
They're
the
getting
same
access
channels.
for the first time.
So that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to catch up here with some folks here on the chat. I
There's
appreciate that.
a lot of chats.
Blank with some hilarious chats up front, which is great. Tom, thanks. Great. I hope that it all worked out. It seems like in Tom's situation, if I could choose something to want to get into and then get a bunch of product for on first edition, and then have to, unfortunately, for whatever personal or otherwise reasons, have to sell it to cover problems that are going on, it'd be a good product to have this happen on.
That would be a happy accident.
Yeah, I guess it's like buying that Starbucks stock in like 1980.
Unlike, I've seen some people recently trying to sell their Destiny collections, and it's like, now is not the time.
Yeah, I know.
It literally right now is the bottom, because you have the game being active and then it dies, and then now it's like the bottom. But
we'll throw back to it in 10 years.
In
and
10
then
years, it will be, because it will be hard to get that Vader terror to behold. But right now, there's a bunch of people with collections that can't use it, and they're like, I'm getting rid of it.
Alex Becker, I see your name here. I'm happy that you're always checking in. Do I have a house yet? Very close. Insulation is going in today as we speak.
You have
right
a box.
Now. Got a box. I got electric in. I got the ref into the plumbing.
Windows.
Got insulation in. Windows and doors delivered on Thursday. Exterior paint on Wednesday.
Got the water.
We'll do drywall, sheetrock, etc. on Friday, and then Shannon and I hopefully will be able to install the floor on Saturday.
Man, that is a lot of work going on.
J Krebs 3, any news on Arc Unlimited? What are we, this week? Next week?
It's supposed to be out this Friday. I don't have any official news. It's the kind of thing you don't really know till you don't know, and you also don't want to say anything till it's in your hands. But the expectation is that
it's like getting married.
We'll have it soon. What you can always expect is that if you've pre-ordered like the bundles that have both those with it, or pre-ordered set 2, or have a pre-order that has set 2 in it with other stuff being held up, we will always do everything we can to get those out as soon as possible. So those will be out the door literally the moment we can get them out the door to you.
To your question, Owen saying, I know a small amount about the game, but I'm really interested. So that's a good place to be. Jordan Hightower played a total of 20 games, been dunked on in like 15 of those, but I'm having a lot of fun. So that's good. You can be getting slammed and still have a good time while you're in a good spot.
That's how it's been going for me in Ashes.
That's true. Been fun for me to do the Duncan too. Evan said, I've heard Unlimited is selling out everywhere. Definitely a good sign. Very true. Mike France, my concern about the game is the amount of deck building available to a given hero and class. Are you pretty locked into a certain build with minor variations? Good question.
I don't think I'm skilled enough or experienced enough at full constructed to really answer that, but I will say I haven't found it super linear or super obvious what I should be doing. And I've built what we call wide decks, which is a bunch of small go again style attacks. I've built big dominate decks, and it kind of goes both ways. There's defensive decks, and anyways, I haven't felt that way yet.
It feels like the kind of deck building that I like, which may not be the kind of deck building everybody likes, which is that you have kind of your 90% shell that is going to take you in one very specific direction. You probably have 2 to 3 of those. Like, am I going to try to rush here? Am I going to play a long game? Am I going to do the wide, or am I going to try to launch that big attack? Those kinds of questions. But then once you have that established, you play 1,000 times and make like 1-card swaps constantly. I need a little bit more money. I need a little bit more firepower. I need a little bit more combo here. And so that process seems like that could go on forever.
Well, and I think part of what makes the variance even higher, because like I looked at the top 8 deck lists from the most recent big event, and they're pretty different, even the same heroes. And it's because the way you build your deck is you pick 80 cards, and then you basically filter down to 60 at the start of the game once you know your opponent's hero. And so the variance you can actually have in your deck is pretty significant. And so it's also like, because you can't just predict what your opponent's going to do, even if you played that opponent in an earlier round, their deck could actually feel a lot different based on the 20 cards they choose to put in.
That's really true, yeah.
So you can't min-max as much, right? You can't just do this one thing and do it well. You have to kind of be a little more flexible in this game.
Bigfoot Hunter said, just bought some starter decks and some boosters to play with my wife.
That's awesome.
Great. Fantastic there. David Leese on Facebook saying, summer 2021 will be the age of Flesh and Blood TCG.
Let's make it happen.
Nothing like a Flesh and Blood TCG plus a COVID vaccine, a match made in heaven, if you ask me.
Cross my fingers. I would enjoy it so much to just be able to play like a weekly sealed league night at the store. I can't tell you how much it pains me when I think about that not happening right now.
Let's see. Tom here giving us an update saying, I sold enough of the M and S cards to recoup what I spent, but got more than enough RNC to still play. Also, I'm a survivor. I'm doing good, thanks, but if there's a vacancy in TC UK, hit me up. We're so happy to hear that, Tom. All the best. Truly all the best. That is a harrowing experience. Tom Philippi saying, been picking up product here and there, but now I jumped all in on your subscription. Ours?
That's Tom. What up, Tom?
Place an order for
Tommy?
4 boxes of Monarch, baby. Keep up the great work. Side note, love the text. So you're texting a lot.
I am
I've
texting
heard.
a lot. Yeah.
And if you'd like to text with Zach primarily and
make
me
it pop.
sometimes, just like on stream, Zach will give you all the actual content, and I'll be providing the occasional, commentary that distracts him or otherwise makes a funny point. I hope.
There's actually I was
can
checking through
sign up.
the text a little bit ago before the stream, and there's one I left for you because it felt like it was appropriate for you to respond to.
Oh,
I meant
really?
to tell you that.
Oh,
I
well,
just remembered.
Now you did. Okay, if I keep trying to catch up to chat, I'll never do it.
Tom Philippi. He's the Tom Philippi from Star Wars LCG, if you remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm so excited he's playing this game.
That's not Tom Malucci, right?
Mm-mm.
You guys are different?
No, remember the 2v2 finals?
Yes.
Tom.
Oh, that's Tom.
Yeah.
Wow, that was whenever Star Wars LCG really became a totally different experience. I'll never forget watching you guys play 2v2 and not understanding anything that was happening.
I just remember.
Yeah. And he was playing with Scott?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Tom
then
Scott.
it was you and
Matt Coles.
Matt Cole.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
glory days.
Oh, man.
That's one of my
The Sith.
peak the finals of that was like amazing because they were great, and it was just 2v2. I wish 2v2 was a format more card games leaned in.
Now, that was like a chess experience. We were talking about Ashes earlier being very chess-like. That seemed like a crazy...
Yeah, and like you have to yeah, it was good.
Ryan Roper saying, hopefully you paid for upgraded installation. We did on the house we built, and it makes an immense difference in energy costs. Ryan, you know I did, and also it's 300 square feet, so
You can triple up
you
on
can
that
put a
installation.
blanket on the outside and be just fine, I think. So we'll be good there. As our builder Ryan said, your guys are going to be living in a refrigerator box, which is true because that's essentially what it is at that point.
A large refrigerator.
Yeah, so hopefully that's what we want. A lot of good, yeah. Got it. Can we post to the UK? Asked Toby Lancaster. We absolutely can. Not only can we post to the UK, but we're in the middle of a
We're about to be
technological
dunking on the UK.
expansion where we can offer a lot of our stuff in the UK more with domestic shipping, so you won't have to pay to send it over the ocean. So that's happening soon. Maybe it won't be launched by the end of the year, let's be honest, but it may be ready for us internally by the end of the year, at which point we'll figure out how to actually launch that puppy. Like to see you guys on Twitch talking to each other. That's very nice. And then finally, before we get started, hey guys, from Aaron Clark. I see you all the time, Aaron. Thank you for being here on the chat with us all the time.
And he texts us a lot too.
I've been on the outside. Don't give away his secrets. I've been on the outside looking in for a while, but how would you recommend someone start Flesh and Blood? This is a good question, particularly right now. How would you start?
How would I start? Honestly, if you can lock down a couple boxes of Welcome to Rathe or Arcane Rising. Arcane Rising Unlimited is supposed to be coming out this weekend, so keep your eyes peeled if you can find that somewhere. That's really all you need. The first set, Welcome to Rathe, has 4 different classes in it. The second set, Arcane Rising, has 4 other classes in it. So a couple boxes of the same set will give you plenty to play through some sealed, build some decks, and have the full experience. And then from there, you can buy singles or more boxes depending on your appetite for more content.
Good idea. Great
And
stuff.
either pre-order or sign up through a subscription for Monarch, because Monarch is coming out in March. That's a big set.
That's to me that's the moment.
That's the nail in the coffin.
This is the moment where it is either Flesh and Blood Summer 2021. This is the moment that the gaming industry changed, or it'll be like, this is fine.
I think it's going to be great. It's a big set built for sealed and drafts. I hope we get some new classes. They haven't revealed much about it. But the one way to guarantee you get in and pay reasonable prices for boxes is to get on that train now. So you can sign up for a subscription, automatically get it when it comes out, free shipping on 3 boxes, and exclusive promo, which I'm excited to see.
The best deal in baseball. It's like buying an airplane ticket before the week it's about to go. Although sometimes that's cheaper, so I guess that's a poor analogy.
But if you never jump in, you're just going to keep getting behind, and then it's going to be impossible.
Yeah. Okay. I like Aaron Clark there. Exactly the opposite of what I'm saying, but I appreciate that is hopefully in comedy. And Fat Guy IT here, Monarch is what LSS has said is what they intended for the game to be. It'll be the turning point in a lot of ways, one way or the other. So what we're playing right now is an empty shell of a game compared to what Monarch is going to bring.
If we're lucky, this week we're actually going to have James on the podcast,
right.
the founder of Legend Story Studios, and we'll ask him some questions to see if he will reveal anything for us, but you never know. We've had to reschedule that a few times, both directions. It's been crazy, but we're going to get him.
They're pretty far away.
Yeah, that's right. Other side of the world. You ready to do this?
June is our July. Yeah. Let's play this empty shell of a game and have a good time with it.
You know, top down means so people can get the real unboxing experience here.
If we were 6 years old and this was a box of like, you know, some toy that kids like, we'd be having millions of views right now.
Or if we were just unboxing Pokemon.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to anyone subscribed to Pokemon there. Our Pokemon sub is doing well. I don't know what happened. Everybody woke up.
It's the Pokemon year. All right, you ready?
Van on Facebook today. What are you doing over there, Van?
Down by the river?
What happened to the YouTube? Thank you.
All right, so what we want is called Heart of Faendal.
Is that what I'm looking for?
If you get it, be very careful.
It sounds like a heart in here. You can hear it. Doot, 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 doot.
I got a feeling. we're going to get something good today.
We got, hey, that Iron Song card from last time. That was just awesome. Gives a +1 to dominate to a weapon.
Yep.
That, I don't think we had that card when I was building my Dorinthia double blade deck. And it would be
Iron Song Determination?
bustedly good in that. I think so. So the one where a weapon for the turn gets +1 in Dominator?
Oh, the super rare card.
Super rare
yeah.
one. I don't
we
think
probably
we had
didn't
that.
have it. Yeah.
So
That's
I was
I
thinking about it today. I was like, what?
I got that Reinar card, the defense reaction that we didn't have previously. So I'm excited after we do all our sealed for all my boxes of this and then Arcane Rising Unlimited when it comes out to go back to Constructed to see what will be way more experienced and also have a lot more cards, obviously.
100%, man. 100%.
All right.
It's funny because we are actually excited. You know, I watch a lot of, I don't actually, but I've seen a decent bit of videos.
I don't know whether to trust you or not anymore.
YouTube videos and stuff. And you have these people get on there, you know what the first thing they say? I'm so excited about X, or I'm so excited to do Y, I'm so excited. So like I'm so excited about the way that, you know, this spoon is now slightly more round than it. At a certain point, you know, we need a new word.
It's like interesting.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, this is interesting. It's like, what does that even mean?
Interesting.
What, so we need to continue to have a conversation? Just get to the point already.
I got a timestamp potion.
That's good. We always need those.
Literally, those go in so many decks. I'll take all of them. I might need to go grab some Tokies in a minute, too.
So what do you think Monarch changes then? Yeah, Fat Guy IT here saying, now that people are getting into the system, Monarch can be the fruition of their big design. So what, is this the kind of thing that we pump ourselves up for and then it's like, we should never have gotten that excited about something? But like, what could possibly, you can't do 3 sets of a game that doesn't function the way you think it should function.
Things I picture are like, what if the arsenal didn't exist at first? And then they were like, hey, we're adding the arsenal. Or what if a card type didn't exist at first?
So they're going to add something that's important to the ultimate. They onboarded us for 3 sets, hoping that it would be successful enough to get to the 4th.
Well, it also might be the onboarding where it's like just keeping it a little more on the ground before we take off.
Well, I don't know, man, because if it gets too complex, I might just have to jump out of the plane.
Well, we'll see. I mean, that's the thing. They've been talking it up, but who knows what it's going to be. I got a super rare I've never seen. It's a warrior card. It's a route.
I've seen it.
Target weapon gets +3.
Are you kidding me?
Do you use this card?
I've seen this a million times. Remember whenever we talked about how devastating it was, and then I used it against you?
Oh, it's the one that bounces a card.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't have that in my deck. Don't worry about it.
Oh, wait. I'm not paying attention.
For anyone following along at home, here's what I do. I take all my neutrals, which are on the top of the pack. I put them in a neutral stack. I put my armor piece here. And then the rest are divided by class, essentially. Man, I'm getting stacks on stacks of warrior cards that are good.
Yeah, that's good, because I would like for us to swap our usual suspects.
Last week I played as Bravo and Reinar. So hopefully I can get Dorinthia and or Katsu in this round. You know what? Every time Regurgitating Slug looks like a Rhinar card to me, a brute card.
Well, they probably do the most regurgitating of any of the classes. Colin, oh man, I got the double route last night. I died. Yeah, that's usually how that goes. That's a swap of probably 6 to 8 damage.
It's a lot of heat.
More than that. 6 in both directions. So it's probably 12 minimum. That's a bustedly good card. We need better defense reactions.
I got a Mugenshi release. For what that's worth.
Worth a lot.
I got a lot of Biting Blades.
Ooh, who got that foil time snap though?
Come on now. Keep printing them. We'll keep collecting them. Don't mind me.
I think I may be playing Brute this game so far.
Excellent. Do you have a favorite class out of this first set?
I did this wrong. You know, every time I want to say it's Warrior, I think about the other classes. You know, I had a great time playing Ninja last time. That was way more fun than I thought.
That's literally my experience with Ninja has been, it's more fun than I thought.
Yeah. The Brute, I would like Brute a lot more if I got something other than Rhinar. You feel me? If I could play a game that didn't revolve around discarding 6 cost cards or 6 damage cards, I would really like that.
You would be into it.
Yeah, like KO, for instance. But that's also insane. So I'm just looking for like a back to basics Brute. Just like +1 to all attacks or something. I would play that really, really nicely.
Or like some positive benefit every time you attack.
Yeah.
Just to really favor that going on. All right.
Is it up to me to pull the good stuff?
Yep. I mean, I got a couple decent things, but nothing I had to immediately put into a sleeve.
No hearts?
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Although we're constantly made fun of it. You got that red sigil sauce. Get out of here, man.
The sushi and me asking, will this be the next Magic the Gathering? Hopefully it'll be more, but I think it's at least on track to be successful, whatever that means. I think this game's here for a while, and it's super fun. So you never know.
What else do you need? A super rare hurricane technique for Ninja. It's the final of the kick thing. Rising you thrust into it.
Nice.
Ooh. Oh my. That's an awesome card, man. Against +1 go again. If it hits, you put it back in your hand. You can play it again. Play it again.
Wow.
It's like a hurricane. Well,
Yeah.
now maybe I'm playing Ninja.
Well, you have to have the other pieces, though.
Oh, that's true.
Good luck. So then, after I get them separated by neutral, armor, and by class, I start looking at any of the classes that I felt like were going to be interesting to see what kind of card support I have in that pool. If anyone has any draft or sealed tips, I'm all ears.
Tiffin, is there any development on any custom tokens for the game? Yeah, absolutely. We're actually was talking about that with Jonathan this morning. It's our lead designer.
They're next.
They're next in line. We'll start true development on them at the beginning of next year, and that can always change. So that's the benefit of honesty, but also the downside of honesty. You don't want to set expectations too high because it can always change. Don't hate us if it does. Overpower. Super rare last ditch effort. Man, I'm putting this in this sealed deck so hard.
That's a card a lot of people like. I haven't put it in many decks, but I get it.
It's a great sealed card. It makes me want to literally just stall the game out a little bit. Just knowing I can. I got 2 super rares, by the way. What'd you do?
Dang it.
Darjan saying, we all talking about FAB. Do you say FAB or FAB?
I say fab.
FAB all the time. It's way cool. FAB. Man, I got these good ninja cards though.
Sometimes it calls your name.
And I do have that rising knee thrust. Woo-wee.
But how many?
Well, let's find out. Okay. So first things to look at, what kind of equipment do I have? Heart and cross strap is generally just always good. 2 or less on the, particularly good with brute. Bark run strapping, a brute card. So that's pretty good. Helmet, breastplate, but they're both breastplates. Oh, bummer. Breaking scales, this is arms. And warrior legs. Oh, I'm going to be poorly armored.
Poorly equipped.
Straight up. Next thing, you know what? I'm a simple person. I'm just going to see how tall these stacks are. Because if you don't have enough class cards, you're really kind of wasting your time. Warrior looks like wasting my time here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's not enough. Not enough to really. When you've got other choices, not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in Guardian, so that's worth considering. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 in Brute. 1, 2,
Definitely going warrior.
16 in Ninja. So Ninja's looking really good, because I know I've got that super rare too, which could be a game ender. So then let's look at what we've actually got. A lot of times I start with Ninja if it's on the edge, is just to see where my combos are.
Combo wombo.
You know how much I love that wombo. Oh goodness, come on.
Is it meant to be? Sometimes it is.
I mean, it's certainly notable that you've got 3 rising knee thrusts into a hurricane technique or a blackout kick. That's pretty cool. 3 head jabs and a 4 open the centers. Come on, look at this. 2 of them red.
I get it.
So good.
So good.
2 surging strikes and a whelming gust. That's all good. But I haven't really played Guardian, so I'm going to look at that.
Taking a walk on the Bravo side?
Yeah. I might take a look. Let's just see what it looks like. Now, do I know what I'm looking for? No. I'm at least going to put him out here and take a look, though. These are fun cards. Why didn't you tell me this was fun?
They're
Guardian?
big attacks.
Draw a card. Destroy. One free card cost the. Wow. Blessing of Deliverance is cool. And a Cartilage Crush. Huh. So what are my notable cards here? Staunch Response. That's a lot of money, man. You're asking me to pay a lot of money for that. 6? Blue Staunch Response. Is that the only one, or is there red and yellow?
It only costs 2.
Yeah, but then you pay 4 more to get +3.
I think 2 for 5 is the real.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, 2 cards is getting you there.
Yeah.
There's other colors of that card.
Okay. We've also got, let's not forget, we got Breaking Scales. Dang it. Okay, next up. Let's see if I have a low-cost generic pool or a high-cost generic pool. That'll help me decide. Low cost. Sink belows and everything. Demolition Crew is big. Last Ditch Effort is big. Sink below. Barraging. He uses a hammer, right? Yeah. Movable. Slot its own.
He does use a hammer, yeah.
Snatch.
I wasn't completely ignoring you.
Thank you.
Only mostly.
Only mostly. You're not the only one, buddy.
I got bills to pay, games to win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16.
I have a better slogism pool than I do a fast. So yeah, I think this decides it. So I've got one Razor Reflex and just a couple of low-cost things. Meantime, over here we've got 2 pummels, which are obviously very important. We've got Demolition Crews in different area codes here. 3 of those. 4 of those. 3 of those. We've got 2 Barraging Brawnhides. Yeah, that's a great card there. A Drone of Brutality. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go with Guardian. And I'm going to be very bad. You know what they say, the only way to goodness is through badness.
That's a famous quote.
Yeah. Einstein,
Was that? I thought that was Gandalf.
I saw that on a poster at school once.
All right. Do you have... Nope. Where'd your tokens go?
Here.
I need the young Dorothea.
I'll take a young Bravo.
You got your hammer?
Yeah, I'll take a hammer as well.
Do you have one? Or do you need one?
I don't know. I might have pulled one. I don't pay attention to the tokens. Do you really?
There it is. Boom.
Hammer! Okay. Bravo and hammer. That's in, of course.
I was looking at the tiny screen, and then I realized there was a giant screen right next to
Yeah,
it.
you gotta look at the giant
And you
screen.
give me a lot of room to play with. I like this.
Yeah, that's what happens when we adjust it on the fly.
I mean, it's way better for me. Dorinthia forgot her bracelets.
Barraging. I'm starting to have some attachments to these cards. Like I know them by their look now. It's fun when that happens.
This is one of the few times I've played Dorinthia. And the Flock of the Featherwalkers stuck out to me because it's another way to give my weapons go again.
It
So that quicken token.
is.
That was like the first time I've seen that. Because I normally have the really expensive weapons to use. So go again on the weapon doesn't really matter because you can't use it twice.
Yeah, but now you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, we did get some baubles.
Now the real question is going to be cuts. Okay, hold on. I can't do this yet. Don't look over here. You're going to build your deck? You're going to try to...
I already did it.
You're going to try... I don't even know these cards. Emerging Power.
That's hilarious.
I would never play this. This is a resource. I'm going to turn it sideways. A blue Emerging Power. Destroy to get +1 for 2. Anytime you want. Don't need that.
Not necessarily great.
Staunch response is okay.
Blue is not my favorite. The red one is a 7. So 2 for 7 that also can flex up to 10 or something like that.
Yeah, the red cards typically are pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
better.
some of the blues are worth playing. Like that Time Snap Potion.
Yeah. Card that's crashed does 4 or more. The first action costs an additional. Blue is also not good there. Like a 5 damage attack that needs to do 4 or more. Unlikely.
It's not the most
The
likely
2 red
thing.
ones are good though. 3 for 7.
Yes, those are fantastic.
Crush Confidence is good. The blue version not so good. Obviously, the red version good there.
But you gotta have blues to pay for all these things.
Well, this is just like general resource pile.
Yeah.
Disable is fine.
I love disable.
Blue disables. 5 for 7 is crazy. A Buckling Blow. Yellow's fine. Debilitate. That's cool.
Yep. You're getting all the Bravo stuff going.
And then Blessing of Deliverance. Pay 2. Replaces itself. Reveal the top card. Gain 1 for each card with cost 3 or greater. This is actually usable in blue. 1, 2, 3. It's only one card. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy blessing, then reveal the top card. Is the red version the top 3 cards? Oh gosh, come on. Gain 1 life. At least it replaces itself. All these blue cards in Bravo, because they all need.
Yeah.
Not convinced at all.
Well, if you're building, you also typically have the things that can attack reaction to modify the attack.
Right.
So they block with a 3 on your, 5 damage attack, and you pop it up to an 8.
Yeah, that seems relevant.
Biscotta's saying, why is Flesh and Blood so expensive? I don't get it. It's just supply and demand. So the alpha print run that has the cold foil armor and weapons sold out, and you can't get it anymore, and they're only printing that once. And so the prices on all that stuff shot up. It's also a lot of people wanting to get into the game, and there's not enough supply right now. So product's just hard to find.
How many cards? 30?
30 indeed.
22. 23. And what is Bravo's ability? 23.
You can pay 2 to give something dominate to make your next attack.
24.
Slogism's the heat. You could use those as blues, and then late game you get a +4.
5. Mm. 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 6. 7. 8, 29, 30. Let's play all the Guardian cards.
Yep. Blues for days.
Blues on blues on blues. Okay. Let's take a look-ski.
So I liked all of my warrior cards. And then
All of them?
I liked all of them.
Every one of them?
Mm-hmm. And then
Puts us in a different place.
I filled out with neutrals that made sense for me. Left some good ones on the table though. The Renthia. She's so legit.
She's so good. I mean, we both know any game where you can change the math after the math is set, it's going to be a good class.
Yeah, agreed.
So you get to look at what's happening and then change it, and I don't.
You got those fancy D6s around?
Cool. Yeah.
I'm going to rock you like a hurricane.
Rock you like a hurricane. I think I should have gone ninja.
Well, you still can after you get beat up.
I bet I'm going to show you a new way to play Bravo.
I'm looking forward to it. Teach me.
Oh, it's happening.
Well, like I said,
It's happening, buddy.
teach me.
House of Mysteria with the positive vibes here. I think you will do great. Well, thank you. Well, we're really nicely squared up on that board today. It's a good job.
We were ready. All right, 20
It's going to
health.
be a long wait for Monarch. I think the holidays and whatnot will make it, well, whatever that looks like.
So
again, it's like holidays are weird now.
That'll definitely help. So like next week, we're not streaming Flesh and Blood. We're doing a paint-a-thon, which I'm excited about. If you paint miniatures, you should join us.
I'm going to paint a few of my Flesh and Blood cards.
That's right.
Just put a little mustache. Oh, he's already got one.
He does. No one has a mustache like Thon.
It's a sweet tank top, too. He's got
I mean, when you have so much arms, you have to really fashion around them. But we're not doing Flesh and Blood next week. And then hopefully by the time we come back from Thanksgiving, we have Arcane Rising. So we're going to play that sealed a couple more times. Then we're going to take a holiday break. We typically take the last couple of weeks off the year. And then we'll come back around in January. And that's when I'm assuming we'll start hitting Constructed for Flesh and Blood. So we'll have a month or two to explore the Constructed format. But during that time, we'll also be starting to get a lot of spoilers from Monarch. And then it'll be here. Then the world will never be the same.
Then it'll happen. Apparently, then the game will change, like a butterfly that goes into a cocoon, or a chrysalis.
Like a monarch butterfly.
That's right, and then emerges as a monarch, and then migrates south.
Do butterflies migrate?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Monarchs do.
Really?
You know that? Yeah, it's one of the coolest things ever. They all go to Mexico. for the summer, the winter.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's happening less because like everything, we're messing it up.
Humans.
Humans, that's right. I got an idea.
Even Steven. You go first. So on the first turn, both players are going to draw 4. And there's a kind of an exception on the very first turn, which is that both players will get to draw back up to 4 after it's over. But then after that, it's just the active player that draws back up.
I seriously got no boots, no nothing.
Valentino saying, did you guys try the Play Anywhere feature? If yes, any thoughts? You know, I was thinking we should be doing that. They have their organized play where you can play anywhere you want and with any number of people. So all this playing that we're doing could have been organized playing, just to see how it is going. But
Feels pretty organized to me.
we're organized among ourselves, not reporting anywhere. It's a cool idea. Nothing quite captures the magic of being able to meet up locally with 5, 10, 20, 80 people to play. Something everyone's excited about.
Who's going first?
You're first. It was even.
Actually, Bravo can get a good first swing with that dominate. Okay, so 3 for the hammer. Ideally, it swings for 6 with 2 in the pitch. 3 or greater gain dominate for 2. So for 5 resources, I can play a card. Okay. Well, how about some of this? Okay. So 3, 4, 5. Ah. Yes, who's laughing now? Mr. Bun.
Let's go.
Bravo.
Durante is ready.
Wait. Oh, baby. I wish this had go again.
That is not Bravo style.
Bravo. End of the turn. Attack actions 3 or greater again. Dominate. Barraging Bronhide for 3. Generate 3. 7 with Dominate plus 1 if you don't have 2 non-equipment cards, etc. So it should be an 8 unless you got some reactions.
Hey now, that's pretty good.
You're an all-star.
All right, I'm gonna not put any cards in. Do you have any reactions?
Pass.
I will play red Steelblade Shunt.
No, it's
For
not a
1.
weapon. I won't take the damage at least.
Nope. I just have a 1 card block for 6.
Yeah, 1 for 6 is insane, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'll block for 6.
Crazy. You played a sink below for that?
Yeah.
Ah,
I get to draw back up, and I can't
right.
do all of these things that I want to do.
Take 2.
So I'll take 2. My scars are now on. Scar for a scar. That goes to the bottom of my deck. This gets discarded.
I didn't see a single one of those in my pool there.
Scar for a scar?
This one is going to go under. I'm going to draw. I see. So it's kind of just the same thing over and over.
We were swinging. I'm going to play a Time Snap Potion as my action, and then I'm going to put this card in my arsenal, and I'll pass to you.
Okay. All right. So let's just assume that we're going to do this. We're going to put some hands together now. This is an important card. This is an important card. Can I pay for them both? No. Therefore, perhaps it's time to swing with a hammer.
That is the go-to to put some pressure on to make it where I don't just have a full hand.
Yeah, so let's go. Let's see. These are only attack action cards. Let's go 2, 3. So let's swing with a hammer. I'm going to generate 2, generate 1. So now the hammer is online.
Should the other cards be face down somehow?
Yes. I don't get to build that forever. Did we change the order when you put them in?
You can, yeah.
So generate 3 money, swing with a hammer, It's a 6 damage because the condition is achieved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You have a 6 damage hammer.
6 hammer coming at you.
Hammer time. Let me do my math.
Anthony, 100%. Can't wait to open my unlimited boxes. You may have read that already. Hoping to ship soon. Yep, the once Arcane Rising gets here, everything's going to ship out. Stream brought to you by Nalgene, made in the USA.
Yeah, love to see it.
You say water, I say Nalgene. Available in all parts of the world.
Just
Providing for your water needs. When you need to store water, call Nalgene. This is all for free. If anybody works in Nalgene and they want to pass that on, you can have them all. You gonna hit me yet?
Maybe. Let's block for 3.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to put this under, aren't I? Look at all these great cards I'm putting under me. This
Not
game
yet,
goes
not
long.
yet. Blocking. This
Oh,
still
right.
turn.
It's still my turn. Yeah. Blocking for 3. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Reactions on pass.
I'll pass.
Okay.
Take 3.
And they go under. And I gotta remember. I gotta think about it. Think about it, think about it, think about it. It's been a while.
All right. Let's play a red Warrior's Valor.
Mmm.
My next weapon attack this turn gains +3, and if it hits, it gains go again. Then I'll spend a resource to swing with the Dawn Blade.
For 6?
Mm-hmm.
Well, these cards don't have big values on them. Looks like it's going to have go again, if you ask me. I will pass, and then I'll let you take the first reaction here.
No reactions as of yet.
All right. I'm going to do a little blue sink below. Whee!
Okay.
Let it resolve?
Yep.
Card from hand on bottom. Draw 1. And then I'll take 6 and -2, 4, unless you got things.
Nope. And then I will spend 1 to send the blade back.
Mm-hmm. All these things block for 2. What's that about? Is it a guardian thing?
Not necessarily. Are they guardian cards?
No, they're generics. No wonder these generics aren't any good.
Oh, did you draw up?
Oh, I didn't. So I need to draw that one, that one, that one, and then sink below. We'll go under, and then I draw this one. That helps a lot. So you're swinging for 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Are you going to do the thing? You got any reactions? You got any money floating? You got 2 cards?
Mm-hmm. Actually, wait. Let me back up.
Okay.
I have 1 resource left. This is better. I'm going to play Red Snatch. And when I do, I'm going to... Yeah, that's a reaction, so I won't do anything. It's a Red Snatch for 4. If it hits, I draw a card.
Oh, you're not on the thing yet.
Yeah.
And you got 1 left over. And it doesn't have go again?
Not currently. I have an attack reaction with the Snapdragons to make it go again if I want.
Okay. So let's drop in a 3 and a helmet.
Do I just end it there? Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to let that fizzle. And then I'll put this in Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do... Boy, it's tempting. Where's the... Yeah, I think this is right. Let's generate 3 and swing. Nothing fancy. No funny stuff.
No funny business.
No funny stuff.
I will not put any cards in.
I'll pass my reaction.
Take 4.
Take 4.
Call me in the morning.
That's exactly right. Throw that underneath there, and let me make sure that's right. I guess I'll throw this underneath there. Draw right up.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
All right, let's do this. I'm gonna pop my time snap.
Yep.
I have 2 actions.
Here we go. Let's go, Dorinthia. What you got? Blade me.
I will generate
Total bluff.
1 action left to use the Dawn Blade. I have 2 resources left.
Just a swing out with the Dawn Blade.
Mm-hmm.
No go again. No fancy stuff.
No, I have 1 action floating.
Oh right, you got the time stamp. No cards in. Any reactions?
Currently, no.
You pass. I pass.
Take 3.
Take 3.
Call me in the morning.
2, 3.
Okay. Then let's spend 1. Do it again.
Block with 3.
Okay. Attack reaction. I'm gonna do 2 for a red route.
Ooh, there it goes.
1. I have 2 floating, so I get +3, and I'll bounce that card to your hand.
Whee! I have no reactions. Pass to you.
Go ahead and pay 1. For a Stroke of Foresight.
It's a good one.
+3 again.
Mm-hmm. No reaction.
I'll let it resolve. 9, and I get a token.
9 to
Can you
me.
hand me one of those fancy champions?
You want a Spidey token?
Yep, let's do it.
Or do you want the police car?
I like the police car. It's very shiny.
Alert! Alert! Dawnblade.
Dorinthia is going to arrest you. Then I'll put this in arsenal. These will go under. These will go to discard.
4 health, huh? Just like that. So with that. Okay, so here's the dealio.
That guy IT saying, "Now that's a big warrior swing right there."
Mm-hmm. So this here, Bixby.
Route is just one of the swingest cards in the game. It's crazy. I remember when we were looking at your Dorinthia deck, and I for the first time I truly appreciated what Route did. I was like, wait a second.
That's too good.
It adds 3 and also removes 3. That's a 6 damage swing. Crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna destroy this Heartened Cross Strap.
Yeah.
Next attack action card is -2.
You ever feel like you're about to get dunked on?
Oh, this should be gone too. I'm glad the put things under mechanic is not one that ruins the game state if you forget. That would be really a mess.
Yeah, it would happen all the time.
Okay, then next up, we're gonna pay 2, and I can kind of think about how I want to do this, honestly. Let's generate 3, and then I'm gonna pay 2 for Bravo's ability.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna have Dominate. And then I'm going to pay 1 for a Cartilage Crush because it's -2 from the Heart and Cross Trap. If it deals 4 or more damage to a hero, their first action next turn is an additional money.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking our money. They're taking our bones.
Putting my Iron Rot helm and my Iron Rot plate in.
Okay.
And then I will also add in a red Flock of the Featherwalkers to block for 4.
Okay. Reactions.
Oh no.
Pummel.
Oof, he had it.
Generate 2.
Come on now.
+3, and if it hits, you discard a card. Swinging for 10.
Pass.
Pass.
So I take
Take 6 and discard 1.
6. And my first action is +1 resource next round.
But aside from that, it's going to be a great turn for you.
Right? Great.
Ryan, he had the potion.
Okay. End of the round?
Yeah, end of the round. He had the time snap potion. These go away and these go under in whatever way is pleasing. All right, nothing but big swings and broken dreams here.
That's great. All right, let's do this. You ready?
I'm so ready.
You're not ready. For my arsenal, I'm going to play a yellow Flock of the Featherwalkers.
An absolute classic.
That's right. I have 2 resources floating. So it says there's a cost to play it. I have to reveal a card in my hand that costs 1 or less. Red, sharpened steel.
Does this cost you 2?
Cost me 1.
From the cartilage?
Oh, yeah.
Does that change your plans? What does
Nope.
sharpened steel cost? 0?
Yeah.
Can you use it on that?
No.
What can you do with it?
I can add 3 to a weapon, but you'll know it's coming.
Yeah. It's going to be in your arsenal. And does this lose it if you don't attack with it, basically?
Dawnblade hits. At the beginning of my end phase, if Dawnblade does not hit this turn, I remove all the counters.
Okay. And this does not have go again.
Not currently.
So Dawnblade will not hit. And you can't sharpen steel it, but you got the Snapdragon.
You got it.
There it is.
The weave we web.
There it is. But that's, you know, that's not too scary. So let's see, what does my next turn look like? That's the question, isn't it? You do that. You do that. You do that. You do that. That for that. And here we go. 2.
All right, X-Wing players.
All right, X-Wing players.
If you've ever been to Gen Con, that's what we're quoting. They had this big PA system in this giant X-Wing tournament. And someone would come on the intercom constantly. All right, X-Wing players, put your dice down. And it never stopped after that. It kept quoting.
I feel like this is a short-sighted thing that I'm doing, and it makes me not want to do it.
Aaron Clark saying, so this is a sealed format. You guys played Blitz a while back. What's the big difference between the two? So sealed is you just take packs open and build a deck. Blitz is like full-on constructed. You use your whole collection. But it's kind of mini constructed because you can only run 2 copies of every card instead of, I think, 3 in traditional constructed. And it's a 40-card deck instead of 60. Zach McGough saying, it sounds like when your pizza's ready at Chuck E. Cheese.
Block with 6.
Okay, I will give it go again.
Wait, I thought I had to hit before I do that. It doesn't.
Nope.
Have to hit. Okay, well then we block with 3. Take 1.
I will give it go again.
Yeah.
And I get a quicken token.
Whee!
How about them apple sauces? You have 1 card in hand?
Yeah. Oh, wait, you got that +1? Dang, there's no good way to do this. Okay, fine. You got me.
You want to rethink your life?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's whatever.
Okay, I will play...
4 is a bad number.
I guess this is the better thing. I'm going to pay a resource to swing with the Dawnblade. And the quicken token pops, so I can go again. You've been had.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's over. Block with 3.
Take 1.
Take 1.
And then it gets to go again. So we'll swing again for 4.
Block with 3.
Take 1.
Boom, boom, boom.
Get
boom,
another
boom.
token. Boom, that Dawn Blade getting
Boom,
beefy.
boom, 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 boom. Do I get to redraw?
Nope.
Okay.
Russell's saying, to be fair, I'm not sure there was a great way to navigate that turn, Steven.
I don't know if there's a better way.
He was saying he doesn't think
it's
there's
not a good way. It's just 3s against 4s all day.
Yeah, once that blade gets to 4, you got to really work.
Work, 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 work. Okay. Time snap in for a card with crush, red, 7 damage, etc. No funny business. Out of hand. If I block with 2 cards, Raleigh, he swings in and wins the game.
Let's just play.
Oh, right. That's exactly what I should have done. You're right. You block for 6 on the first sword attack, and then you don't have once per turn getting to swing again with the Dawn Blade. That's what people always do with me, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't get to swing a second time.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's correct. So you block the first sword.
With
If you
everything,
cover up the first sword entirely, then there's no more sword attacks that round.
Yeah.
Which is correct. What's up,
Um,
Jim, on Facebook?
yeah, in that case, I had the +3.
The sharpened steel. Is that a reaction?
It's you have to do it beforehand. But
Right.
knowing that, I should definitely play that and then just swing once
Swing for
instead of
7.
swinging twice.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Jim. Yeah, Colin, I'm with you. That's why we've got to get better. It's a channel for people who want to get better. Not for people
School
who
for
are
kids
good.
who can't read good.
Also can notice the slight turn of my cards every time as we play. Also, the shine on the top of my head on this overhead shot is really attractive.
Some people are into it.
I know that's what half you were here for.
I don't want to say the sentence that I was about
Oh, wait,
to say.
are you still trying to do this, aren't you? Come on already.
7. So
Mhm.
basically, I want to take maximum. Let's just red unmovable. Block that.
What's that cost you?
3.
3? Block the whole thing?
All of it.
Which polls? All of them.
All of them.
He's in
about
jail. Isn't that funny?
Who?
We knew he was a notable figure at that time. Old Cohen. Michael Cohen. Which polls? All of them. Strange time.
Swing with Dawn Blade.
For 5, eh? We can't have that. Ugh. This math is bad either direction. You got pumps for that thing?
I have 1 card and 2 resources, so I'll let you decide. Do, 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 do.
Yeah. It's swinging for 5? Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm putting no cards in.
You got it.
And then
I'm gonna pass until you
Yeah.
make me prove
we're going
it.
to staunch response. We're going to pay for that with this. We're going to pay 4 extra. And we're going to make it an 8 defense.
Can't argue that logic.
Yeah.
You blocked it. Clear my tokens. I'll put this card in arsenal.
Can't argue with that logic. Unmovable. That's a cool moment, though.
But I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Right now, I'm swimming in the deep end without a life jacket.
Hey, 1 correct attack with Bravo could just end the game, though.
Yeah.
And 1 not.
If I can get to the bottom of this stack, I know I've got good treats down there I've left myself. A lot of good things down there.
Good treats. I like that concept. I got the good treats. I got some heat for you.
Yeah.
It's now or never.
I'm voting for never. Is that cool?
Great. Yeah. I'm okay with it.
I got all these blue attacks. What are you doing with all these blue attacks in your deck? Who builds a deck?
You can
like
always
this?
build swing with a hammer.
Yeah. Sloggins doesn't work like that though.
Mm.
Not that I have it.
Slogism be good though. Dude, you Slogism a big old 7, 11 with Dominate. I can't stop it. You just win.
No blue attack that does 7. They all do 5. Are you done? You passing?
It's your turn. Yeah. Enter
No,
back up. Did you have to pass?
Yeah, I used all my cards to block your last swing, and then I drew mine and passed back to you.
So we're already back around to me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not that I would wish that it weren't the case, but yeah, I empty my hand to block your stuff.
I got you.
And
I'm going to play yellow, scour the battlescape from my
that's a
arsenal.
good card.
You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck if you do draw a card. So,
Just 2. I got to block 2.
Put this under. It does gain go again.
Stupid. And then if you have a pump, it could be game over here. But we're going to hope you don't have a pump for that. I'm just going to block with 2. All your stuff pumps weapons, right?
Except for Razor Reflex Red. So I'll pay 1 for Red Razor Reflex, plus 3.
No.
If it hits, it gains go again. It's
You
already
got
got go
it.
again.
You got me.
And then I had a
Razor Reflex.
double
and sealed.
Nature's Path Pilgrimage Red.
Is that 2 plus 3s?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's so good.
Yes, it's so good. It's so good. Hey, Dorinthia is good.
Yeah, she's
5
really
out of
good.
5 stars. Will play again.
Yeah, Dorinthia's great. Dorinthia's great.
And this is one of the best parts about Sealed. So, obviously, I just, rock Steven like a hurricane, 5 health to 0.
oh, come on.
I'm just kidding. It was actually close. You're one turn
I
off,
made a
basically.
devastating error.
You did. As
The
did I, but
scoreboard
your
has
error
E1.
came after mine. So that worked out. But one of my favorite things about Sealed is, love it, hate it. You just get to go again.
Let's see what Jim's got to say. I'm not filtering this comment, so I hope it's not incendiary.
I think that all the time when I'm reading longer comments.
Yeah, it's like you get to the minute and you're like, oh, I should stop reading this. I was out at an LGS the other day that I've never gone to before. They had a box of Crucible Wars, so I bought it. They also had loose starter decks. I asked how they liked the game, and I was befuddled. They said they didn't quite understand the game since the rulebook included and the starter was hard to understand. I was sad and confused at the same time. They were much more into Magic the Gathering. It's a different game, but, it's not hard to learn things. There's internet videos and stuff.
Them web videos.
I mean,
I think
all of us have learned it, haven't we?
part of the reality too is that change is hard. So any store or any players that have played Magic forever, new games, there's a learning curve they haven't had to experience in maybe 20 years.
And you're going to find a reason to not like it because you don't really want to change.
You already opened a pack? Man.
It's already happened. Quackshot, we'll be talking about FFG and Atomic Mass in the next podcast. Yeah, so that's interesting. Atomic Mass is now taking over essentially all the minis games that FFG was doing. What Atomic Mass is actually doing is they've got Marvel and all the Star Wars games, aside from, I guess, Outer Rim at this point. Did you get it? Oh, he got the heart.
Heart of Fangdale, I had a feeling. I could feel it in the box.
We'll talk about that on the podcast.
Yes.
Let's get our cardio in, baby.
Woo! That's awesome.
Are they always foil, I guess?
This
that the
is
whole
rainbow
point?
foil now. It would have previously been cold foil. There
Great.
it is.
All right, it does exist. That's the last one you don't have, I think, of the Welcome to Rathe stuff.
That is the last of the legendary and fabled from.
Is that
Welcome to
Fabled
Rathe.
or Legendary?
This is fabled.
Oh,
This is the
How
heat.
many are in the first set there? 2?
How many?
Is it this
one
one
fabled?
and-
There's one.
Oh,
There's Heart of Fangdale, and then second set is
Is it the Eye of Ophidia?
Eye of Ophidia, and the
That
third
thing's
set was the
beautiful.
Arcanite shard.
Do you have the Eye?
No.
We're gonna have to bust that open in Arcane. Rising.
Yeah, I realized I have enough for us to do one more draft of Welcome to Rathe and Arcane Rising First Edition.
Nice.
And in the case of Arcane Rising that we haven't pulled a legendary or a fabled, so I'm crossing my fingers that it's in those last couple
Very
of
nice.
packs.
Is that your safe to touch a card Band-Aid too around your finger?
That's what that
to
is. How
protect
did
it
you
from
know?
The human oils.
That's really funny.
Well, you
That's
can't
awesome.
play it in your pool though. It's too valuable.
I can definitely play it.
Nah, just
gonna sleep
can
and
you
play
get take a card and put a little note in there and say this is actually the Heart of Fangdale because I don't want to.
It's unlimited.
It's unlimited. That's probably worth a couple bucks.
I have no idea what it's worth.
I was thinking
Colin's
about,
saying about $800.
even on unlimited, because I was thinking
Well, the
I've
first
done that
edition ones
before.
are selling for 3,000 or 4,000. Seeing your face, I was just so genuinely confused.
3,000 or 4,000 is insane, Zach.
Yeah, I mean the fact that the unlimited Fabled Heart is worth 800, because the thing about unlimited is while it's hard to get right now, they're going to keep printing it as long as people are playing the game.
You don't have one of those, right?
No, probably the most valuable card I have is the Cold Foil Faendal Spring Tunic.
That's almost the exact amount I need to build a deck.
800.
No, 4,000.
4,000. Yeah.
Can you imagine though? I could sell a card and build a deck. You know the impact that would have on my life? Tremendous. Anyone out there who's got the
By
heart.
the way, Ryan's
guarantee
saying
you.
the limited one's up to 5,000.
Oh my god. I'll tell you what, sell your heart, send me $5,000. My life gets way better, and what do you lose really? Just a piece. Yeah, it's just a little card. It's just a card.
I can't believe I pulled this.
That's amazing. I mean, that bodes well for us.
It's one in a lot of boxes. It looks great too. Look at that thing.
So what I was thinking about before I realized how much tangible items I could buy for the price of many of these cards is
Jay's comment's fantastic.
yeah,
Sell a card, buy a crappy card.
buy a crappy card. Is that so? In an unlimited format, technically, 1,000 monkeys, 1,000 typewriters situation, there will be an infinite number of Heart of Faendals in the world if there's an infinite number of boxes, right?
Well, assuming they just keep printing them, but like it's possible at some point demand's not big enough for them to actually hit print, and then there would not be. But what we know,
So they'll probably retire unlimited at some point once general kind of year or two demand is satiated.
I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing reprints. So like we already got the Faendal Spring Tunic in Crucible as well, and so cards from the first couple of years that are like, because they're not doing rotation, that are worth having around, I wouldn't be surprised to see like different art or different versions of them in the future.
Yeah, especially if they're competitively necessary.
But like Heart of Faendal, while it's fabled and super rare and it looks awesome, is
it wasn't played in like the big
the
tournaments.
last
was it?
top 8 deck list didn't have any fables in it. But I'm excited about this because it's the one character that really likes both of this and Eye of Ophidia is the Wizard.
Of course.
Because
Wizards love jewels.
on the off. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, Wizards should look awesome. I mean, there's one thing I know about Wizards.
Thomas Briggs saying it's 1 in 40 boxes, and that's what's interesting is like even in unlimited, which I don't know. I assume the first
$2,800 to buy 70 one in 70. Is that right? 1 in
1
40.
in 40. So
40
40
times
boxes
70-ish.
is about $3,000.
Yeah. What was 4 times 7? Is that 56? That was always the weirdest one for me.
8 times 7,
That's 8 times 7. 4 times 7.
28.
Huh. I can't believe I'd forgotten. I think that's the one that I've forgotten of the entire multiplication table.
Do you have the table memorized?
I think so.
You don't compute it in your brain when you
Uh-uh.
like when I say like 8 times 8.
No.
64 is a number in the grid, not like a thing you're figuring out.
I usually take the lowest number and I just know it from 1 to 9, just from memory, which is probably not the right way to do it.
The American way.
Yeah, right? I passed that test. I passed it. Got a good sealed pull, though.
Zach Reveal saying, by the way, guys, thank you so much for making content on Flesh and Blood. It's such a nice game, and seeing content like this is so cool. We're having a great time. I mean,
Don't tell them that.
yeah, that's right. Gratitude continue, please. Please continue the gratitude train, because otherwise we wouldn't keep doing this. Man, what's crazy as well is I've pulled the crazy stuff every time.
Don't remind me.
Because I pulled the Tunic, and I pulled the Arcanine Shard, and now I pulled this. I had a feeling, though, it was in this box.
Yeah, and you've got that weird collector energy. So
It took me a long time to get Charizard. I'm just going to
being
say.
rewarded for it. I think the universe feels your desire.
My general want for it.
That's right. All of mine is going towards other things right now. Oh man, a foil hurricane technique though. Super rare. I like that.
Yes.
I'm gonna actually play it this time.
You're going to do it.
So that's 2 hurricane techniques across 2 of these. This one box had 2 hurricane techniques in it. And that's a foil. I don't think the other one was foil, was it?
Evan saying, what's a one-touch case? You saying you got to put that in a one-touch case? Colin, big collector energy.
Look, yeah, see, it's a foil. So this is the best version of a super rare, right? It's a foil,
Super rare. That's actually pretty rare.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Look at what I did.
look, I mean, all that. Look at what I did. I mean, I did it.
I
was
did
me.
it.
I did nothing.
This
except
makes me
open and pay.
uncomfortable to have out. Yeah, how rare? I mean, is this worth anything? Should we not touch it?
It's fine.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not planning on doing anything with those cards besides using them. We're gonna shuffle and stuff. So
Okay. Then I'm gonna shuffle it very aggressively.
Ryan Rover saying a hard snap case.
Oh, like one of those.
Blood Rush Bellow. That's a majestic.
Wow. Majestic, super rare, fabled. How many packs have we opened so far?
Well, we're almost through a box.
I mean, I've opened 2 packs so far.
Dude, Blood Rush Bellow is crazy.
Oh, it's unbelievably good. If
What
the
is
whole class is there,
happening?
that's the whole class.
I really like.
This box has got some heat on it.
I like a game where I'm still being surprised by cards that I haven't really seen because they're actually that rare.
It's a good feeling to see things you haven't seen before. I'm not used to that feeling at all. Staunch response, little guardian there.
Dude, I'm gonna have to play Rhino again. I'm getting too many.
I feel like I'm getting on guardian cards too.
Uh-oh. Rinse, repeat.
This blue drone of brutality is just worth very little, right? I mean, it's just, what are you doing? Are you attack? Why would I attack? I don't know.
I don't know what these one-touch cases are. I don't know what they are, and I don't have any. And oh, dude.
I can Google them for you.
I'll Google it. Stinging Steelblade. I love that art.
Isn't that great? Oh, you're playing Warrior again then. That's a super rare.
Yep.
Man.
Well, I got a Majestic for Rhino, so who knows what I'm going to end up doing. I got that Heart of Fandel, though. That's the important note here. We can just end the stream. You ready to go home?
Yeah, let's get just stare at that for a while.
Yeah,
I'd just like to stare at this. You know what? Honestly, I think my sealed strategy is starting to revolve a lot around Razor Reflex and Pummel.
Attack reactions bring the heat. Dude, Blackout Kick art is fantastic.
Isn't that good? Can you give me that? I'm working on a good ninja over here.
Ooh, Energy Potion. Sorry, I can't. Them's the rules.
Sorry, I can't. Necrotoaster 94 living vicariously through us. Really good stuff. Well, that's great, Necrotoaster. Thank you. We're glad you're here. We're glad everybody's here. We're just having a good time together. We're just having a good time together.
It's pretty amazing that I called it.
Got that Helm of Isen's Peak. Some Guardian. Yeah, man. No,
Dude, look at this.
If you will it, it is no dream.
I'm going to have to sleeve my whole deck to play this thing. I got a foil Alpha Rampage.
That's also phenomenal.
It's a foil Majestic Alpha Rampage. And this
What's
card is
happening?
Awesome. The heat. The heat got turned on.
What's happening? So we need to separate this sealed pull out and just look at the notable cards that have happened.
Yeah, after we finish this next game, we can strip them down.
I got a foil rare. Yeah, we just, it's just turning our way, baby.
Ryan Roper, this box is fire.
After all these years.
Well, I think it's me and you, Ryan. Let's just assume that's where we're going.
Okay. Token. Generic, 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 generic. Barkbone.
This is true, actually. This is what's so fascinating.
Another Alpha Rampage, Majestic.
What?
What else
This
is
is
this
important.
thing?
You know why this is important? Because I need these for my Shiana deck.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We just unlocked the next level of Shiana.
That is
I
very
also
true.
pulled Shiana. It's been crazy. I feel very fortunate with my luck on the Flesh and Blood.
Maybe they're lying about the odds.
That could be true. Check this out. This is what
throw that
drives
out
me
there.
crazy. That would be hilarious. It's like just way more common. Fat Guy IT says, theoretically, if they can keep getting on the printer schedule, unlimited hearts will get less rare over time. However, it's still the same likelihood of pulling one as more boxes come out. So that's actually kind of interesting because while more will exist in the universe, the money that was paid to buy the boxes will keep going up as well. So like every $3,000 in box purchases generates
one of these
one
cards.
of these cards.
Yeah, so that should set the price over time. It's like it should be less than that because you know the market forces at play, but it'll be $1,500, $2,000 because if your options are buy 40 boxes or buy this single,
We'll buy 40 docs and then maybe get it.
yeah,
If you want the single.
yeah,
But that's why I like the reality that like the Fabled particularly aren't so necessary to play.
mm-hmm.
And they might be necessary to play one or two heroes or a certain class. But that's really weird to think about. I'm really curious what the long tail price on those
Yeah, me
is
too.
going to be.
I'm also curious about why water in an Nalgene bottle tastes so good. Nalgene USA, home of the brave and the hydrated.
The brave and the hydrated. Tom wants to know where I hide all my rabbit feet. They're everywhere.
You know, in Arkham, rabbit's feet only work when you fail.
Oh, in Arkham?
So just think
that's
about
exactly how that works. Aaron, thank you, Team Covenant, for creating such a positive gaming community. It's truly appreciated in what has been, in my experience, an otherwise toxic environment. For sure. I mean, that's a huge part of what we're hoping to do is create a community that's welcoming to everyone that wants to be involved. So glad to have you here.
And also, in person, we're extremely toxic. So this is all just really a production for all of you. The cameras go off.
Got 'em.
It's like Below Deck in here. Have you been watching Below Deck? You seen it at all?
No, I don't know. What is it?
As a purveyor of reality television as a child, not because you necessarily had to. Well, not because you wanted to, but because you had to. You recorded. I remember all those shows. It's essentially it's the best. It's the best of reality television because
Go on.
it's luxury yachting, which has its own kind of voyeuric interest.
I mean, just you already have me hooked.
Yeah, and so there's a captain, and you get to see the crew. Like they got to be good at stuff, but they're also built to be edited to be as dramatic as possible. But then you have a rotating cast of guests on said yacht that are paying big bucks to be there.
Okay.
And they spend 3 to 4 days there, and they get food made for them, and it's like rich people stuff. And so you get to follow along with the crew over the long tail of the series, but then each episode is a new guest group that comes on, and it could be anywhere from like middle-aged women come on and they're doing
All
a
sorts of
bachelorette
people.
party versus like 20-year-olds and
But it's all people that are in a position where renting a yacht is feasible.
yeah, and like one of them was a lady who basically spent her life savings to do this because she was terminally ill. So like it's not all
That's sad and
just
sweet all at the same time.
yeah, it's not all just weirdos, but
But do you like the crew?
that's the thing. You get to watch it, and then the crew gets shaken up, and sometimes people get fired. It's like it's got all the things you want, and then sailing as well, which is pretty cool.
Huh.
Or yachting,
And
boat stuff.
Presumably all the people on this show obviously have agreed to be on said show.
Yes, and they're there to generate as much drama as possible. I'm sure that's part of the
So
contract.
it's like pick the clients that you are going to have that are going to create the most drama, and let's have them on camera.
And the clients know they're there to be on camera, so they're going to kick it up a notch too. So it's none of it's real, but like that is actually happening in the sense that people are renting out yachts and doing trips.
It's real people renting real yachts, knowing they're going to be on a TV show, but also they're real people.
And you get to see chefs be amazing because the chefs on a yacht, you got one chef who's cooking for everybody, and they've got to be amazing, and they are. And I love watching that.
Yeah.
And you have a limited selection of food to choose from because you're on a boat.
And you have to pack everything you're going to use.
That's it.
Huh.
Okay, let's
Okay.
see. So anyway, watch it.
What's it on?
Bravo. Every
But like, is there
degenerate
an app?
television show. I watch it for free on the internet.
Like
It's
on
like
a
that-
computer?
Yeah, it's like that Arkham book. I'm not going to tell you where I go to watch it, but if you Google it, you can definitely find
You don't
out.
want to be on the record as saying where you go to watch it? Yeah.
There are ways to probably watch it without paying any amount of money to Bravo Television.
Hilarious.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Dude,
12, 13,
I got the craziest Rhinar pool
13,
on Earth. Look at this. Can
1,
I
2,
just
3, 4,
get
5,
appreciate
6,
this for a
7,
second?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, I'll
All right.
stop what I'm doing.
I got a red pummel, a yellow pummel, and 2 blue pummels.
Awful. The blues are a waste of time.
False.
Black Bear.
A +2. I'm okay with it. And then if it's an attack action, it hits. You
It
get
does make it that. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, but it's a blue,
Yeah,
so
it's
that's good. I also got an energy potion.
Yeah.
Typical sink belows, 1 slug.
Nah, blue
That's
sink
fine.
below. Come on, it's not even worth it.
I think it is worth it. But I also got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6 damage of generic attacks. No, 9, because of this.
And all of them are 6 or higher, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty
heat.
good for Rhino.
And then that doesn't even count my like actual Rhinar cards that I got there.
Oh.
Like that feels phenomenal.
Who's going generics first? Maybe that's the answer. Maybe that's what you should do. Ben Sweeney apparently was on Ink Masters. I just learned that from the chat.
What's Ink Masters?
I love Ink Masters. I watched some Ink Masters. There's a tattoo show.
Oh, were you an inker or an inky? Oh, I love that.
Yeah, tell us more, Ben. This is a tantalizing amount of information now. Please do. Please do elaborate.
But nowhere near enough information.
Mm-hmm. What am I doing? Okay, 13. $15. $13. Ben said he got a free tattoo, so that's a tattooee.
An inky.
Not to be confused with a desert planet of the same name.
Tattooee. I see what you did there.
I might just have to go Guardian again. Got the most cards. I've got the best cards. Well, let's make sure that's true. I get it. 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 Oh man, this is a way better Guardian pool. That's aggravating.
Gonna do it again?
Yeah, I think so. Nothing, like I said, the only way to learn is to lose.
All right. Oh, wait, I forgot about my Heart of Faendel.
Better proxy that thing. Aaron, a little bit out of left field here, but would TC ever stream an RPG? 100%.
We've talked about it. It's probably on our 2021 hit list.
2-person RPG is a pretty intimate experience.
So I was thinking we could have a rotating third person phone in from somewhere. We could have all sorts of special guests too.
Like that really popular show where they role play all the time. What's that called?
No,
they have like the voice actors.
That's beyond me.
Yeah, voice actors, like millions and millions of people watching.
Is it anything like that tabletop show?
Yeah, it's in the same spirit. It's from the same production company.
From the same mind
that ruined all of that.
Yeah.
What's that called? Something Entertainment?
I don't know. But you could imagine, like, if we were randomly like, hey, Rod, do you want to join us for one? He gets to pop in as a random character.
Yeah,
and
Critical Role. That's it. Yeah,
Never
Rodney as a random character would be fun.
And, like, you could do that with any number of guests that we could have on. Like, we had the podcast series, but they could join us for some role-playing times.
Yeah, every appearance on the podcast has to have an equal appearance on the role-playing.
That's right.
Ben Sweeney, I'm going to dive into this. Got a free tattoo. They stopped the cameras a bunch of times to have the artists introduce themselves a few times to get multiple shots, and the host walked in, did a lap, did their soundbite, then left. He was told that he didn't cause enough drama to get a lot of screen time. So you're definitely encouraged to do that.
All this drama.
Okay,
I'm gonna use
doing Guardian again. I don't know if it's right, but
I'm gonna use a cracked bauble as my Heart of Faendel.
Oh, there we go. That's nice. It does look like an old heart that has lost its magic.
Dried up.
Huh. Maybe there's a story there. What does it say?
You know what? The Heart of Faendel reminds me of. I've been reading The Way of Kings, Brandon Sanderson book series. Anyways, their currency is actually it's called the Stormlight Archives, and so they
apparently that's super good, right?
The light is stored in these stones, and their economic engine is based on this light being stored in these stones.
Wow.
So that reminds me of one of their little pieces of money.
Light is a resource, huh?
It is a resource, turns out.
You can't run out of light, man.
You can run out of this light. It's special. Taylor's saying new books out today. Yeah, and I had a lot of friends that were trying to catch up, like reread them all by the time it came out. It's a big deal, apparently. I'm new to the Cosmere, as it were.
An eye for an eye. A tooth for a tooth.
Dude, I got a constructed deck over here.
I know. Yeah, I'm just like basically twiddling my thumbs until I just get pantsed. Mm.
I was gonna say it sounds a lot like high school. I never got pants in high school, thankfully. Good time.
It's good.
I had a
It's
enjoyable.
Good for
I'm
you.
just gonna leave this here so we can all appreciate it. You know what I don't need to do is spill a drink on it.
Don't do that one. Yeah, that's right.
I can't believe I pulled Blood Rush Bellow, Alpha Rampage Foil, and Heart of Fandel in a 6-pack spread.
Are you kidding me? I've got 3 Razor Reflexes over here.
That means you need a sword or a sword,
Thanks.
not a hammer.
Helpful.
Not a hammer. It's not the hammer card. That's the hammer card.
This is the hammer card. This one. Great. Thank you. I get it.
In other Stormlight news, my favorite tabletop artist of all time, Magali.
Is it really Magali? It's
Yeah.
not Magali? Magali sounds way cooler.
Magali does sound more interesting, but Magali did some art for that universe, which was cool. She also did amazing art for the super limited edition, the newest Thrawn book that came out, and it's phenomenal. Pro Shrink had to come see the heart. Congrats. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very
Word travels fast.
I'm very
doesn't it?
pleased. Yeah, the internet's like, they just pulled another heart. But it's probably there. From what I've been told, there are only 550 of the alphas possible in existence based on the boxes that were printed. That's what I was gonna say earlier. I would doubt if the unlimited print run was bigger than the original print run.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how you gauge how much to reprint on something like that. So there's still probably less than 2,000 total hearts in existence, which is pretty cool. Joshua Trevina saying, I'm hoping for a tunic, a mask, or a heart. Well, I hope you get one of those things. I saw someone, this is crazy. So there's a lot of speculation that like most cases have 1 legendary in them from these things. Someone opened a case and they got 3 legendaries in it.
Oh, come on.
Random.
Randomization. Didn't we
huh?
have something very similar just happen though?
I had my case of Crucible had the Shard and Shiana in it.
I mean, I feel like we got way more than we bargained for in this singular 1 box.
This one?
Yeah, this here.
Well, when it comes to legendaries and Fable, we haven't pulled more than one of those even in a case.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But they opened 3 across 4 boxes from the same case, which is crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with Guardian. See if I can do it well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
But
9,
Josh,
10,
they need to stop
11,
having
13.
fun. He says, if only I had a brain, I'd stop spending all my money on Flesh and Blood boxes. I'm glad you're playing, Josh.
16, 17, 18, 19, of course, 20,
That
21,
looks good.
25, 26,
I'm afraid I've used up all my luck.
27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, so now we
Yep,
gotta
do
go
that
to
one.
cuts. Low for the old slog.
Psych Ogre says, me too, Josh. I totaled up all the money I'd spent on Flesh and Blood today with this face. But did you have a good time? And how many friends did you make along the way? That's the real measure here.
Isn't it, though? Isn't it?
Hanwater saying, that is your mistake. Never total, only spend.
I like that motto. Good motto.
Josh saying, I'm looking at that eye I got and wondering if now is the right time to sell. So, Eye of Ophidia, is it an alpha? If so, yes. Aaron Clark said, I'd love to jump in. I just can't talk myself into it just yet. Too many other games with Skytear, Marvel Champions, Ashes, and Keyforge. Yeah, that's a spread.
Skytier's so good. I'm gonna play that one tomorrow. Thursday.
Tomorrow's Ashes.
What day is it? Whose floor is this?
Josh Trevino saying, yes, it's an alpha. I got it from you guys. Well, we shouldn't have sold you that box, I guess. I'm just kidding. So for me, it's really, it comes down to this. Do you think this game is going to be around in 20 years? If you do, that card's going to be worth a lot more money in 20 years. But
This is just the stock market, though, is it not?
it is. The reality that you could
that
probably
company
sell
gonna
it
keep doing well?
for 3 or 4 grand. I don't know. And it also depends on how meaningful 3 or 4 grand is to you.
And if it isn't, I've got a deck design I can send you. And you can help old Stevie out.
The main thing for me is like, I don't think I could put a $3,000 or $4,000 card in my deck. Although I guess I kind of did when I played the Arknight Shard way back.
You sure did.
So the fables that you actually put in your deck, if you're not going to use them, it's a good time. Jay Krebs saying, I just hopped back on. Did you guys just pull a heart? We sure did. And it's beautiful.
We pulled it for you, too.
I felt it. I smelt it.
He who smelled it.
Felt it, smelt it. Look at this thing. Look at it glowing over there. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Look. Keep looking at the small screen. Look at the big screen.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks great. It's
Wow,
a cool
the
card.
envy.
I like magic stuff. I mean, like magic items. Like
Well,
in,
this one-
games.
It's like a stone, but it's got the tree growing around it. Very cool.
Nothing cool in magic items. You got a GM that's just free floating with cool magic items. Like we had one we designed. One of Jared's characters had a cursed sword, and when he went to draw it, it only worked half the time. That's funny.
Because why wouldn't it?
That creates some great stories.
Yeah, some hilarious drama. Drama.
Oops.
That was Jared that was telling that story?
That was Jared that had the weapon.
Even funnier.
Yeah, right? So you always... But how cool is it?
See, we
that
could have
you
Jared in as a guest star.
You have a warrior that's like awesome, but can only draw his sword half the time. That's just great, right? Like, how differently do you play if you're like, 50% shot, I get to actually fight?
I mean, imagine if there was a Jedi with a lightsaber that only worked half the time.
Yeah, you'd be a lot different. A lot different.
Yeah.
How about that Mandalorian anyway? You liking that?
Yes. 2 thumbs up. 1, I like that the show's not in a hurry. 2, that last episode was...
That one's for the fans, right?
It's for the, not just the fan. It's the people that particularly are a fan of everything Dave Filoni's done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you watch Clone Wars and Rebels, the whole Mandalorian thing is tied in. They're featured prominently in both series. So, but yeah, that last episode was... Honestly, even as cool as the last episode was, there's a lot of reasons I liked it. That crate dragon from the first episode is still probably my favorite thing so far.
Yeah, it was cool.
Getting to see live action.
Yeah. Bradley, if you only draw it half the time, you just keep drawing. It's per encounter. So if you miss the roll, then you just don't get it until
that fight is over.
Usually the next opportunity, next fight.
That's so funny. Vince, when you saying that last episode was fire.
It's only 39 minutes. Just take the time you need to tell the story, right?
That's what they're doing, yeah.
Isn't that the great thing? It's like
These aren't all
sometimes it's
30,
short, sometimes it's long. We're not trying to fill airspace here.
They're just making good stories.
Yeah. It just is disgusting that it makes the movies that much worse to me. What they could have been. Because, it's not Star Wars isn't the problem. It's clearly Star Wars can be as amazing as ever, but it's the people, see? I didn't know anything about them with people having a problem with Baby Yoda. What's that about?
I think some people were upset at him, at making comedy of him eating the eggs.
Oh my gosh. Really? I don't know about all that. I'm sure there's a lot of nuanced issues, or perhaps not, but I eat eggs. I ate eggs this morning.
I eat eggs every day.
Not...
So that's I get it though. You're not eating a sentient being's eggs. It's their last chance.
Well, I don't know.
Reproducing.
Frog, chicken. Who knows?
You ready to get Heart of Faendeld?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ooh, you got that Helm of Iden's Peak?
That's right, I do.
Glutton for Punishment.
And I've got these weird Snapdragon scalers, They're...
Ooh, you got the Goliath Gauntlet.
Yeah, I got big stuff and small stuff. I'm playing Guardian right in the middle.
Even Steven?
Even Steven.
It's even. So that means it's Steven.
That's me? My name's Steven.
You are Steven. Last I checked.
MR Ducks.
MR Ducks.
Is that an Oklahoma thing? Does everybody know that joke? MR Ducks? OSAR? Whatever that was. I can't remember. But it was letters that made sentences.
Jeet.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one word. Jeet yet? What? What's a Jeet?
Man.
Yeah, that was my grandpa.
I don't want to give you anything.
Give you
I want
nothing.
to give you nothing this whole game.
I love Reinar. You played a lot of him when we were playing early, but look at this guy. I actually like Reinar.
He's great.
I hope we get a Bert that you like.
I think I'll be on a different class by the time that happens. Okay, so
Jay Rutley, important question here. This is one thing every time I see it, I want to address it. He says, so that heart costing so much, is it worth it mechanically or is it purely due to imposed rarity? So both the Fables are good cards, or all three.
they're beautiful.
Really. They're really good cards. They're beautiful. They're really rare. But as a good example, a recent big event, Top 8, had no Fable in it whatsoever. So not necessary to play, but they are pretty and they're hard to find.
Magic stuff is fun. Okay. You know, is there a... No. Okay. Yeah. This is where I'm either going to be good or bad at this game right now. This is the moment.
You only get one shot to not miss your chance.
Okay, how about we do this? I'm just going to go for it. All right, let's use Bravo's ability. Let's play Crush Confidence. 7 damage coming in with Dominate.
What's it say?
If it deals 4 or more damage, you lose all card effects and activated abilities till the end of your next turn. Like Reinar's ability, as an example.
Okay, so he becomes flank.
Yeah. Who's laughing now? Got real serious.
And you have Intimidate. So let's block with these two.
Yes.
And this one.
Get him out
Block
of the
for
way.
4.
Reaction step?
Yep.
None.
All right, take 3.
Yeah.
Whew. Last time you got me there.
Pummel.
Oh, you really got me.
Okay, and drop.
Samesies. Wow.
You said it, man.
Okay.
What's that?
That was the card I blocked with.
That's your discard pile over there?
Yeah.
What kind of a weird deck situation you got?
I just put them off camera.
Oh.
I always discard it way over here.
Hmm.
I also don't have this space.
Yeah.
To do
Bit of
anything.
a problem. Bit of a problem.
Wow. Okay. I see you. Let's
What you gonna do?
swing with the club for 4.
That would do 4 damage.
Presumably.
You got pummels in there?
Who knows what I got?
You got so many pummels in there.
You saw I had a stack of 4 going into deck building.
Oh, man.
But one's over here. How about that?
4 pummels, huh? I declare no blocks.
I declare
Bankruptcy. Attack reactions go to you first.
I'll pass.
I'll pass. It's
Take
over.
4. You turn your scar for a scars on.
Yes.
Then I'll put this in my arsenal, and then I'll draw.
Scar for scar. Red.
There he is. Hey.
It gains go again because I have less health. A strategic master play
I'm
by
really
none other than Bravo.
I'm really impressed.
I got exactly 1 under. I know nobody's ever seen this before.
I will take 4.
Oof. Somebody turning the scar for scars on here? Go
What?
again.
Rhino doesn't scar for a scar. He just buries you.
Let's do Demolition Crew. Pay for it with Scour the Battlescape Blue. Demolition Crew red. Additional cost. Reveal a card in your hand. Uh-oh. The cost 2 or greater. I don't have that.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second. Let's think about this.
So good.
Okay, we got to go again, though. Ah, the hammer, of course. That's what we'll do instead. Hammer time. 3 damage, or 3 attack, 4 damage. Jay Rutley. I love this. Only the highest quality competitive play is at TC. You guys come here to get top 1 at a tournament? You guys surprise. We'll surprise you, though. We'll surprise you. Zach and Steven roll up to that tournament with their Nalgene water bottles.
That's right.
Fully sponsored.
They did more than that.
You
They
better pay
closed.
attention. Rolled into Edmund with those Gungans.
That's right.
Better watch out. He's on something weird.
What's that battlefield called? Death Valley.
Death Arena or whatever it was.
Arena.
Arena of Death.
It wasn't
It's called Arena of Death.
Was it?
100%.
It truly was. It was gross. Well, you see,
If you block, your attack will be less good.
I won't block.
Reactions to me?
Yep.
Nice.
Take 4. Down to 9. See if I can one-shot one kill you.
Your Scar for Scars are really going places.
Yours are not.
Do you actually have one-shot, one-kill potential here?
We'll see.
You definitely do.
Aaron Clarkson, I know we're still months out, but have you guys given any thought to themed gaming weekends when this pandemic is over? You know it. There's going to be a 3 or 4 month long party when we reopen locally, and there's going to be all sorts of shenanigans going on. Mine?
Yeah,
Would you like to play a game?
sure.
Let's go. Foil, red, Primeval Bellow.
That's a great card.
Additional cost to play this card, I discard a random card, and if it had, well, we'll see. If it's a 6 or more attack, it is. I'm going to go ahead and intimidate a card.
One you can't get.
Oh, wait, sorry. Before I do that, I'm going to crunch my bark bone strapping.
Get money?
Yeah, so I roll a d6. And I get this in half rounded down. So I get 1 bonus resource.
Are you still wanting to intimidate this
Yeah,
card?
that's
The
still-
most
still-
important card
still
to
the
me
same thing,
defending?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, still going with that plan.
Great.
And then from my arsenal, so now I'm +5 because of that primeval.
How about that? That's a big number.
I'm going to play a red Alpha Rampage
Oh, gosh. This is a constructed deck,
for
dude.
3.
What is this?
And it says, additional cost to play this, discard a random card.
You can do it. You can do it
It's
for
a
me.
6 or more. It's a miracle. Where am I going with this? Here?
Yeah, right over there. Whatever. You can put it in the binder as far as I'm concerned.
So you have a 14 damage attack coming your way.
I'm not worried about it. Let's block with this helmet.
Oh wait, it has intimidate.
Yeah, so you get another one. Like I said, it's a constructed deck.
I told you it was wild.
All right, 1 in, 2 in. Blocking for 3.
Take 11.
Taking 11. Yee.
Josh Trevino, a casual 14. Yeah.
Oh, this should be under, and then
Jay Rutley saying, you guys going to be playing any more Mass Mutations at some point or waiting until the next set? You never know. I have actually a couple of sets of sealed packs in there, so we might get a little crazy one week and play some Keyforge. When's the next set coming out? I think it's like supposed to be March-ish, April-ish. Nicholas, just over half your life pool. It's fine.
I got something for you, buddy. You want to swing? It's like we're doing that game, that like arcade game where we're just like hitting the thing. There's no tact to it at all. It's just literally just
Both
who's
of
gonna
us
swing
are
harder.
just swinging.
All right, here comes a red Scour the Battlescape from the arsenal. That means it has go again. I can put a card from my hand on the bottom of my deck. And you know what? I'm not going to.
Block for 3.
Okay. Go again. I guess I can leave the chain up, but it's fine. Okay. Now we've got to ask questions. You have 9 health.
Nicholas says, smile through the pain. The Goliath Gauntlet's calling your name. I can feel it.
I think I should be smarter.
Always a good choice.
I'm going to be smarter.
Okay.
But I would like to know, there's no world where, yeah, you could definitely, everything's fine. Here comes a Barraging Bronhide red with a Drone of Brutality blue to pay for it. It's a 7 damage swing coming in. Jay's on it. Jay, you're totally on it. These are some top-notch banter in the chat too. You know, sometimes the English call that bants. Got some top-notch bants.
Bants. I got it.
Yeah. What's up, Billy Benetti?
Block for 5. That's a good name. It says, how's the game going? It's going great. I pulled a Heart of Faendal.
That's not a game.
What more? It's the game outside the game.
Take 2.
What more do you want?
1 in the arsenal.
Boom.
Now, tell me this before we go away for the turn.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I do a 10 damage intimidate. You take 7. So you're go down to 2 health. No, I think I like what I did.
Mine?
Yeah.
I'm going to put this in the arsenal. It's your turn.
Okay. I just got to win before you draw more of your super rares.
It better be quick. See you, Psych Ogre.
Interesting. Boy, you really need the money in this thing, don't you?
He's hungry. He's
He
a hungry
needs
boy.
the cash.
That's the constant balance.
Okay. So let's say we do this, this, and that. But really what we want to do is this and that. Ooh-wee.
Ryan Roper saying it's great to watch Steven figuring out Guardian.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that.
It's one of the big upsides of Sealed. You can play things you historically haven't been playing.
Man, I'm 1 resource away. What a complete bummer. Okay, so these things.
I get there so many times with Guardian. It's like I just need 1 more.
These things happen. All right. How about some of this? Intimidate. Courtesy of Bravo's ability. Then we'll play a Crush Confidence. Blue Debilitate. 7, Intimidate. If it's 4 or more, you lose your, everything's blanked on your hero.
So I need a 4 defense here.
With 1 card, that's right.
Not happening. But I also have to block. Because them is the beats.
Yeah. Beats in the rules.
The beats go on and on.
Dominate, not intimidate. You're right. Thank you, Colin.
Yeah. I knew where you were. I knew what was going on.
How is Bravo not the Bard class? You know? It's like it's a Guardian who's acting like a Bard all the time. Because apparently Bard is a real class that we're getting in the game.
So he was the lead in like it's not a circus per se, but a traveling act.
It seems pretty bardy.
Kind of like a circus. But then this ancient order called the Guardians, that has been gone for a long time, came back because he's from Aria, which is this like picture this like utopia in a giant bubble. With like this mystical magic. That's where all the coloring like that comes from. The Heart of Faendal.
Oh, so it's just awesome in there.
It's awesome.
It's like the
there.
good place.
It kind of, but it's like cracking on the edges now, and people are able to get back in. They haven't been able to. It's like people haven't been able to find it for a long time.
So it's also kind of like Black Panthers.
Yes, that's a better example. Golden City. What's it called?
Vibranium. Wakanda.
Wakanda. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But people are getting back in there now. So this ancient protecting class called the Guardians had to come back, and there's some name.
So they're guarding the like Utopia Dome.
Yes.
Basically.
So
Wow.
he becomes
classic
he
tragedy
leaves
of the
the
commons
circus and becomes a
here.
Guardian, and that's why he's a Guardian.
Okay, so perhaps before he left the circus, he would have been in the Bard class.
Perhaps.
And then he learned the ways of the hammer from the Guardians. Is that fair to say?
Well, he had a big hammer as part of the show.
Oh. But he
But
learned how to use it.
I assume he'll get a better Guardian weapon in the not so distant future.
Okay.
Okay.
7, 1 card. Use that Hope
Interesting.
Merchant's Hood if you're in a tight spot. I always forget to do that. I think this is one of the best cards in the game,
It is so good.
if not sealed. Well, definitely sealed, if not the game.
There it is.
Colin's saying Channel Fireball did a pretty good lore video last week. That's
Nice.
cool. I haven't seen that. I'd like to see that.
Let's block for 3. Take 4.
You got it.
You
So
really
your
got
hero's
me.
blank. Don't forget it.
Won't.
Draw my cards. End phase. Initiate end phase. That'd be funny if we played like super rulesy.
What's a word?
Pass.
for it?
Priority. Yours.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna swing with my romping club for 4.
Weak.
Ryan Roper, I'm looking forward to Alchemist. I want to win by throwing Molotov cocktails.
Here, a card will cost 3 or greater in the picture. Draw a card. Okay. Okay. Question for everybody out there. On Blessing of Deliverance, you might know this. It says, when it enters the arena, if you have a card with cost 3 or greater in your pitch zone, draw a card. The card you pitch to pay for it is there when it enters the arena, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
Do you play, pitch, resolve? Is that the idea?
You play a card, and then you have to pay for it as the next step. So you generate the resources
And
to
then
play
it enters the arena.
And then it's doing the thing.
Whatever.
Aaron Clark saying that, so there have been 3 prior releases for this game, correct? Is the assumption that all will be back in stock? Yeah, so we literally just like 2 or 3 weeks ago got the first unlimited print run of the first set, Welcome to Rathe. And the unlimited print run of Arcane Rising, the second set, is coming out this week. And then we're supposed to get another wave of first edition Crucible of War at some point in the near future as well. But the unlimited editions that aren't first edition are going to keep getting reprinted as long as there's demand.
We got ourselves an interesting little conundrum here.
Ooh. You really got me.
I'm not going to block with any cards. You can believe it.
Okay, first reaction to me.
Mm-hmm.
Red Pummel for +4.
Mm-hmm.
This either has to be it or enough to not let you intimidate and attack me with a big one.
Mm-hmm.
See you, Matt.
Okay, so we know what we're gonna do here. We know what we're gonna do.
Ryan Rober saying announce, determine the cost, pay the cost, become a layer, double pass, resolve it.
Double pass resolve, an absolute classic.
That should be a podcast.
Double pass resolve. That is a good idea, actually. Okay, let's go out of the arsenal into the frying pan. Staunch response.
Mm.
I'm gonna pay for that with a blue,
Mm-hmm.
the bluey. I've got one floating there. I'm not gonna pay the additional cost, and I'll pass the reaction back to you.
Pass. Take 2.
Pass. Over to me, he says.
Hmm.
Hope you don't have all the good cards. Okay, I'm gonna pay 1. Oh wait, I guess I don't get to go again after that. Ah, that's fine. Pay 1, destroy helm, get an additional card. Put this in the arsenal.
There it is.
Don't look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, bro, you've got one shot, one opportunity.
You better lose yourself in the music, the moment. You own it. You only get. Well, now's the time, I suppose.
It's time for timing.
Play a red slogism. The next card gets +6.
It's got to be 2 or greater, though.
Sure does. Play a.
Pay for that?
Yeah, 3. A red regurgitating slog.
Can you do the thing?
What thing?
Can you purge a thing? Or...
No. You just got a 12 damage attack coming at you.
No intimidate or anything?
No. Just casual 12. Block 10 or.
Well, now I got to think
You got to
about
block 11,
things.
actually. Toby Garza, any thoughts on miniatures moving from FFD to Tank Mass? Yeah, we have some thoughts. We'll probably talk about it next week on the podcast. We're having James, the founder of Legend Story Studios, on this week's episode of the podcast, so we'll definitely talk about it, though. Oh. Oh, wait. As additional cost to play Regurgitating Slog, I can banish a card named Slogism from my graveyard. If I do, it gains Dominate.
Yeah.
So it's a 12 with Dominate.
That's what I meant. You got to be able to do the thing. Yeah, you got me.
Oh my goodness.
It's
I
good.
didn't even realize that was happening.
We got
I
the
just thought it
old-
was a 12.
Sink below. Let me see if the top card is a reaction. It's not. Yeah, you got it. It's good stuff.
Oof. That was fortunate. So if it didn't have Dominate, did you have something to stop the 12?
Yeah. I sure did.
That was just a fortunate
Yeah.
series.
Does Slogism go right to the graveyard, or does it stay in the chain?
So as soon as you play an attack, anything else clears, right?
Yeah.
I think it's built to be capable of doing that.
I think that there was a time where I put the jets on it, or I cooled the jets, and I think I probably should have swung with everything I had instead.
That's I always feel like when I'm playing Bravo, that's the constant pressure. Is like if I ever stop swinging, they can get the tempo.
Well, I thought it was safe with Sink Below and 5 cards in hand. So literally the only thing that makes me not safe is an Intimidate, is in a Dominate.
Yeah.
Because I've got 5 for Intimidate and I've got 4 blocking in the arsenal. So it feels super safe. But Red Slogism into Regurgitating Slog is, I guess, the exact thing that makes it not safe.
That's a combo that exists. That's crazy. I've actually never pulled that off.
Yeah, it looks good when it happens, right?
Yeah. I mean, Slogism's good generically if you have a bunch of big attacks. I just never have the moxie to also put Regurgitating in it. But I could see a deck where, like, at least in Blitz, where you play 2 red Slogism and, like, 1 Regurgitating.
Yeah, lots of people do this in Brood, obviously, because it's 6 damager.
Yeah.
I had that in my Broods, I think. My Brood builds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer, right? There's a lot of... You want to play that again?
I'll play it again.
330? That Brute deck brings the heat.
Yeah. Now you'll note how important that Heart of Fandel was to that victory.
Exactly. So important. So important. I'm going to not stop swinging this time.
Ryan
clinging.
Roper clarifying some stuff, saying this is exactly why we need TC tokens. TM coming soon.
How are we gonna track health though?
I'm
I'm not gonna do it with tokens.
Someone mentioned it. I mean, you can.
You can, but
It's like the.
you really need to count down.
I mean, it's fine. That's what we do with champions, right? Like a villain.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I did it in Destiny a lot with those character boards.
Yeah, it's true. But 40?
You have the 2s all on one side, 2s and 1s, and then the 10s and 20s on the left or right.
Something tells me people would not like that.
Well, I think people that wouldn't like it probably would just use dice.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's a more clever way.
Yeah, I might. I mean, it's hard to beat D20s or spin down whatever.
Ryan Roper, player board with health tokens, we need it.
I mean, I like the idea of having the hero and the 2 weapon slots. That makes a lot of sense.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
I do think that, like, while dice are convenient, and if we don't end up doing a health solution, I'm going to get some nice metal dice. But the negative with dice, especially since there's effects that roll dice, is constantly when
that is
gets
a problem.
bumped, and it's like, there's at a 4 or a 5, and it's like,
Dials work, but I don't know. I don't like picking things up and spinning them.
I don't like dials. Part of it is because, like, in a card game, you usually have a hand of cards. So you either have to, like, have big hands to have a dial and cards in your hand, or you have to put your hand down to grab the dial, and that just gets a lot.
I mean, obviously,
plus
all
dials
these things
can
are
get
not.
fun. Yeah. Even Steven?
Even Steven.
Odd. We're going Zach.
Odds odd. Yeah, it's true, Ryan. The dice are always a problem. That's why they didn't allow them in Netrunner, because they bump a table and there it goes.
Or someone that's really good at slide. It's like, if I was at, like, this health, and then, I bumped it, and you don't even see it happening, it's like you're not going to notice it switching.
I do that all the time with Ashes. On accident. But if I wanted to, I could really cheat.
Maybe that's how you've been winning so much.
Joshua talking about the apps. But apps, where's the romance? Where's the romance in apps?
Right.
All right, what are you up to?
Let's party in the USA.
All right. You can give me that mulligan?
No. Let's put this in Arsenal. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, come on. All right, well, if you won't do it, I will.
Ryan Rober saying the Warhammer Champions playmat is good. It has that health going on it.
That is pretty cool. I like that a lot.
But he says he loves the TC Marvel hero boards.
Bless you.
I actually might try using a hero board just to see how
give it
I
a
feel
shot.
about it.
Give it a shot.
I'll do that next time we play Flesh and Blood.
All right, let's play Emerging Power Yellow. Go again. Stays in the arena. Next time, I'm going to get +2 to an attack. And then let's generate 3 and Crush Confidence for 7. I'm going to get this out just to take a look at it. I've not played it before.
Let's go to
5 damage. Roll would be very interested in a non-dice solution for Flesh and Blood. On the way.
Where did you see that?
Right there. 3rd from the top. Now the 4th. In competitive play, dice are a big no.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought...
Aaron Clark, that's awesome. Marvel Champions boards and tokens are the best game upgrade I've ever purchased.
Those are high compliments.
That's great. That's super nice.
Let's go block for 6.
Oof.
Pick one.
They're in your discard though now. Yeah. You got it. Now I'm just Bugattiing this emerging power, hoping I draw into something worth having.
That's how it goes. All right, I will pass.
So wait, that says then the next Guardian attack action card. So that's not the hammer. So you're saying if I didn't draw a Guardian attack, it's gonna do nothing?
It would be not as good.
Well, I didn't.
Say it ain't so.
Mm-hmm. Let's try it again. Ugh. How ugly is this turn? Okay. Well, X-Wing players. Ugh. Okay. Hold on. Let's think about this. Thinking. Need to do that. Need to do that. Yeah. No. Okay. Arsenal. Moving on.
Mine?
Over to you, Kent.
I'm going to crack my bark bone strapping. We'll see what we get. Give me a 6. 5, which is 2 resources.
That's right.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Red Barraging Beatdown.
I've seen that before.
So the next brute attack action this turn gains +4 while it's defended by less than 2 non-equipment cards. It has +4.
So if I defend with less than 2, it has +4.
Yeah. Intimidate and go again.
Intimidate. Go again. A barraging beatdown of epic proportions.
So I will. Can I do that either? Yep. There it is. I'm going to play Red Primeval Bellow. My next brute attack action this round gets +5. You hand me something.
Why are your numbers bigger? Why are they so much bigger than the numbers that I have?
So this is a guaranteed +5. I have to discard a random card from my hand. It's the wrong one.
Oof.
Would have been really good for me.
Oof.
But it's okay. 2 resources +1. Oh, can't do that. Hold on. Back this train up.
Brute yelling.
None of this works.
Brute retreating.
Just doing nothing. So I have 2 resources. I didn't realize this had a cost associated with it. So I guess.
Is Romping Club's a brute attack, right? With barraging beatdown? It is?
Yeah, okay.
At the very least, you got the club.
Well, it's. How many cards in there?
3. Then Intimidate happened, right?
Yeah, that was that one. So I think instead 2, 3, plus a random card. I'll assume that you got this random card anyway.
Whatever's best for me.
It's worse for me, the card you pulled.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll just do this. I'll spend 1 extra to play an Alpha Rampage.
Cool.
So then I'll discard a random card, and it's this one that's not healthy for me. And it's with this, so Intimidate. So it's a 9, and it's +4 if you don't block with 2 non-equipment cards.
I'm gonna. I don't have enough money. All right. 6 total against that 9.
Yep.
Take 3.
And I'll put this in Arsenal.
The helm has been used. Now I can get that extra hand. All right. So what you're saying is, let's do a scar for a scar. Go again. 4 damage coming at you.
I'll take it.
Reactions?
Go ahead.
I don't have any. Just gotta keep you on your toes here. And I gotta go again. Pay 1, destroy the helm. Let's go. Okay. Let's have a look-see, shall we?
All right. Let's do this. Picture this. I'm going to use my Heart of Faendel.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Gain a life.
Look at that card.
The efficiency. To play an Awakening Bellow,
What do you do with heart? You just get a money when you use it?
I use 3 money, and when I do, if I have less life than you, I gain a life.
Nice.
Nice. Blue Awakening Bellow. My next brute attack action card is +1. It also has Intimidate and go again.
And asking the question doesn't matter. It's been asked and answered multiple times, I'm sure, but any estimate on when pre-order Welcome to Rathe Arcane Rising orders will ship? They'll ship whenever Arcane Rising comes out. You're correct, Ed. And we expect that to be probably, what's the official?
It's supposed to be this week.
It's supposed to be this week, so we'll see if that's true.
I don't have official word
The
on
moment
that.
we get it, they go out the door. I mean, it's literally
Probably the same day.
the very same.
Then
No problem, man. Thanks for ordering.
there it is.
Where's what?
Just thinking.
Mm-hmm. OSAR. It's really funny. In case anybody at home was having trouble keeping up, that is really funny.
It's good humor.
Can you just not block?
You could do that. It's an option. Let's do this. No, bad play.
Bad play. Bad play alert.
Let's use 2 to play Breakneck Battery. As it costs to play it, discard a random card.
Is it the right one?
Yep. Intimidating. It technically gets go again, so that's a fun thing.
You got any cash?
It's a 7. Nope, it's a 7 damage attack.
Just a 7 damage attack, he says.
Mm-hmm.
This is the question. This is the question. Huh. 7 damage attack. 7 damage attack. 7 damage attack. Three in. Reactions?
None.
None.
Take 4. I don't like it.
I love taking damage. I love it. I love it. Look at these cards back, though. How about that?
How about that?
Okay.
You fool. Fly, you fools.
Let's do Goliath Gauntlet. Yeah.
+2.
And then let's do Cartilage Crush with the Drone of Brutality. Cartilage Crush yellow coming in for 8. If it deals 4 or more damage to a hero, it's +1 resource for the next action.
It doesn't have a go again.
It does not have go again.
All right, let me do my math.
Yeah, be aware too that a lot of discussion about release dates. If I remember correctly, Welcome to Rathe also had a release date that was delayed in the US, but nobody said anything. Because I remember us on Friday being like, these boxes aren't here.
Yeah.
So
Sounds about right.
that's the thing. It's a little sketchy right now, as you may expect.
Take 8.
Mm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm gonna pummel that baby. Yellow pummel.
Take 11.
Take 11, discard a card.
Ouch.
Got cartiladged. Oh, a pummel of your own. I see.
All right, mine.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play Red Primeval Bellow.
Cost you 1.
Forgot about that, Jim.
He was ready. Somebody's
Um,
paying attention to his crushes. Just like in middle school.
did it. Discard a random card. Intimidate. Then I will swing with my romping club for 9.
9.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Take it.
He's swinging for 9. Okay, mister. All right. I see this.
I see you.
I see you. 9. But if I block, I can't swing back. All right, here comes a staunch response.
Mm-hmm.
Paying 2 for it. The worst way to do that. Oh wait, that's just a reaction thing.
You're fine.
So yeah, so we're that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Take 3.
Yeah.
Put this in arsenal. Thanks for playing.
Stupid arsenal.
You mean one of the best mechanics
Best
of this
mechanics
game?
in this game. The singular best mechanic of this game. Boy. Arsenal. Passing it over. I need more blues in here.
Yep.
I'm learning now more about Guardian than I've ever known.
We're in the end game now.
This is awful. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Everything's just fine. It's all going to be okay. It's going to be just fine. Oh, Ophelia. Does that mean you have the Eye of Ophidia in hand?
No, I'm just saying it because of Dorenthia earlier.
Oh, right.
The Yellow Primeval Bellow. As additional cost, discard one of these cards. My next attack is +3.
Are they all hits?
Nope. They're mostly hits.
1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. Don't care about that one.
Got him. Intimidate. This one. Okay. So my next is +3. I like it. I like it. Go ahead and I guess +1 to the end turn. I haven't been doing that. Swing with the hammer for 2. So it's 3, then 8 currently.
Yeah, it's +4 from this, yeah? So 5?
+3. Oh, +4.
Yeah. So it's 9? You gotta block that.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
Give me a second. This isn't what I need. Ah, man, it's so close over. Well, okay, so that might be okay. Okay. 9.
Cash 9.
All right, let's block for 4.
I'm going to trigger Hope Merchant's Hood. I'm
Get
going to
that
shuffle
pummel.
this in. I'm going to keep this one.
You're gonna pay for that pummel?
I need a yellow or a blue to
You
be on
gotta
top.
pay for that pummel. Was it +3? Or is red pummel, what is that, +4?
+4.
Pretty close.
Yeah, but the main thing is if it hits too, you have to discard a card.
It's only if it's an attack card, action card.
Oh,
The
yeah.
normal pummel is just the bonus.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, it'll still be a good pummel.
Get my
Don't sleep
card.
on how good that pummel will be.
All right, we'll do it. Yellow pummel, +3.
So what are you at? 8 + 4? So
4.
12 minus 4.
I'm at 12. Yeah.
So I'm taking 8.
You're taking 8.
I did it. I did it without even thinking about it. But look at me. Now my Scar for Scars are online.
They are indeed.
You fool.
Fly, you fools.
I get this one back. Good question here. Good question. What's even a better one? Is there one? I got some mashed potatoes here. I didn't build this well. Scour the Battlescape. I'm going to put a card from my hand on the bottom of my deck. If I do, I'm going to draw a card. It's going to be this one. I'm going to draw a beautiful card. Could be exactly what I need.
Let's block for 3.
Yeah, it's got to go in. Crush Confidence, 7 damage. Crush Confidence red coming in. Don't block it. Don't block it.
No cards in hand?
None. Not a single one.
Block for 5. No. Let's block for 3.
Oh, no, he didn't. He's going to 1. His Scar for his Scars are on fire, ladies and gentlemen.
Mine?
It's all going to come to fruition here.
It's not good.
The Piper is going to get paid. I'm already paying that Piper. What do you got?
Swing with a hammer for 4.
Well, I got to block that.
This is the way.
This is the way. Thank you. Okay, we've got to think about things here.
Ryan Roper's X confidence definitely got crushed. I did. I'm not feeling great about this one.
Hero card. You treat your hero cards as a text box. Okay, well that doesn't matter here, does it? Okay, so I'm still too poor. Why is this happening? So I've got to do this. Ugh.
Gross.
It's just not. It's just everywhere. Okay. He's got a block. Steven's got a block. Bobby Hillo got the Dillo here. But okay. But if I do a 6 damage attack, before I do that, how do you feel about a 6 damage attack? You block with 2 cards, you block with 1 card. You got any big blocky cards? Big old blocks?
Like unmovable?
Dinosaur, big old dinosaur blocks.
Yeah, prehistoric blocks. Yeah.
You got a pummel? Are you gonna pummel me? Is this one?
I
of
don't
those
have
pummel- You don't
resources.
have any money. You don't have anything. Because there's a part of me that just wants to go Anothos.
Hammer time?
Yeah, because that's a thing. Well,
It's always an attack. That's how you keep it pressure on without spending all your cards.
but I could also wait. I could also try to just do this attack. That's a 7 damage attack, but I take 1 damage. So I can do 1 damage. I can take 1 damage and do 7, or I can take no damage and do 6. Isn't that weird? What's the right call?
Is there an option that lets you intimidate and attack?
No,
Isn't that a bummer?
not a single
That's
option.
always how I feel. It's like I'm
Not a
so
single
close
option.
to get in there, but I can't
know.
quite get there.
Oh my gosh.
You need those energy potions.
All right, I'm gonna opt to take none damage,
All right. None taken.
and then
Arsenal.
I'm going to swing with a hammer, and I'm going to spend a buckling blow first to generate 2, and then this to generate 3, so that I have 2 3-cost in the pitch. So it's a 6 damage hammer coming in.
Bad news beats. I have to block with 3 cards.
Good decision,
So I block
genes
it.
here.
And I would have blocked for 7 anyway. So if that makes you feel any better.
That does make me feel better.
My turn. Check
No,
this
that
out.
was your turn. Oh, no, you got to
blocked.
play a potion or something?
Energy potion. Let's
come on, we got to
go.
get it done right now, right now.
It's now or never.
Okay, let's see.
It really is now or never.
Okay, then how about this? Oh, wait. Let me put these under here.
Holy
Macaroli. Holy magnolia. All right, well, who's laughing now?
For real though, like
Liner?
right now, you better get it done.
Intimidate
Yeah. No.
into nothing other than a blue debilitate, paying 4, 6 damage, dominate. Does he have a 6 block in hand, ladies and gentlemen?
I don't. I'm
He
not even gonna block
doesn't.
it. I'm gonna get scooped up. Look at this though. Yellow Blood Rush Bellow.
Mm-hmm.
Discard a random card. Get intimidated. Brute attacks at +2. If discard a 6 or more, I draw 2. And
This
gains
is
go
such a
again.
good card.
So I draw 2. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. And it's +2.
Like I said, this is your Rhino constructed deck. I don't know why you brought it to Seal. That's not fair.
And then
It's not
what's
fair,
my,
ladies and gentlemen.
then it's a Rad Rackaront that I'm gonna use my Game My Life trick.
Oh, you got the heart again?
Yeah.
Oh, you're down into your pitch pile?
Yeah.
Take care, Z. Have a good time with work, hopefully.
Discard a random card.
What about the ones you drew?
Intimidate again.
The ones you drew. Didn't you draw off of this? Oh, did you?
I already did it. Yeah.
Oh.
But then you get intimidated again.
Double intimidate, 10 damage attack?
Yep.
That would probably do it. Well, that would definitely do it. What a game.
Yeah, that was close. That was good.
The game keeps getting better, too.
The more you understand
We
it.
did a... let's talk to the people. We did a podcast this week. It just went up. It went up today. About breakthroughs. I called it breakthroughs, by the way. These, what's it?
Look at it go. Look at it shine.
By the end of the year, you'll be in full Gollum, man.
Look at my Fs.
We did a thing called breakthroughs. I called it the breakthrough moments, I think is what I called it. And it's about games, and most games are like this, that are at least designed to some degree. You have breakthroughs where you realize that almost the best games, I feel like the paradigm shifts so dramatically that the way you were approaching the game at the very beginning was so non-obvious that it's just almost an entirely different game that you start playing once you have that click.
Yep.
And then the really good games will have multiple like steps down into that, like the depth pool, where like then 6 weeks later, you're like, wait a minute, I've been thinking about this aspect of the game all wrong. And then you totally dramatically shift play. So much so that an experienced Flesh and Blood player is making such wildly different decisions than like a beginning Flesh and Blood player that they're not even playing the same game.
And like my favorite part of that as a player is getting to have a game that gives you a lot of those moments.
Yeah.
Which is Flesh and Blood has been that way all along. You play it the first time and it's like, this is a streamlined, simple system that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But like every couple weeks, I feel like it's clicking in more and more. And I think it's helping playing all these different classes.
Sealed has helped dramatically.
Yeah.
My play. Now, the next thing is, see, this is why we love expandable games so much, is that the expandable model itself allows designers and content developers to create new cards that are going to continue to give you those experiences where you feel like you're breaking through because there's new opportunities, and now a card shifts your perspective on an entire way that a class plays or an entire way that a defending character might play or these kinds of things. Which is why when we're talking about Monarch and March being this is the full first realization of the game as we want it to be played is such a tantalizing statement to me. It's crazy.
Well, I also wonder, like, I think they're going to introduce something mechanically. But beyond that, just the recognition, if you were playtesting, they were playtesting the game for 7 years.
Yeah.
So I assume in 7 years' time, you want to be playtesting what you would consider a full pull of cards.
Mm-hmm.
So it also might be less about like the reality of it's going to change in some dramatic way, and it's more about most of our playtesting was done with this idea of the game.
Maybe it was like these 12 classes we're all playing together.
And they're fully fleshed out, and
16
we have this
or whatever.
armor available to us.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you've been watching Bravo get played for 2.5 years with 5 times the cards he has when you first launch, it would feel really different.
Yeah, that's true.
Than
to be
like-
so restricted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's also, I think, a big part of it, because Monarch's supposed to be a pretty big set in terms of card count. You have all the foundational classes out. You add whatever you're going to add. But if you start looking at releasing stuff, I assume this is what happened. They didn't have sets designed. They had like 200 cards for each class designed.
Yeah.
And then it was like,
you break them into sets.
Which tools do we want to, because you can only put so many cards into a set. So you start doing the math, and it's like, oh, we're not going to get to the card pool we've been testing for 3 years
Wow.
until we get 1.5 years into the game.
That's
which is
pretty
cool. I don't think, at least a lot of the games we've been playing, I think Magic does this, but a lot of the LCGs and whatnot, I know they're ahead of the curve a certain amount.
A little bit.
But
Maybe
like,
3 to 4
when
releases.
a game launches, I don't think they're like 3 years of content out.
The only exception, notable exception, would be Marvel Champions. But that's, again, a cooperative game. It's easy to be super far ahead. It's normal. I think it's more normal to be super far ahead in a game that doesn't have a metagame you have to pay attention to. But competitive games get in this tight spot where like they don't want to design too far ahead of a meta because they don't know how the meta is going to develop. Mm-hmm. I think what Flesh and Blood has done is says, hey, we have some of the best players of Magic at the time testing this game for 7 years. We're pretty sure we know where things are going to kind of land.
Sure.
And where the potential pain points are, where the potential like problems are going to be. So they can go ahead and develop so much ahead of time because they're not as concerned about, we need to release a silver bullet that's going to fix this one problem.
Yeah. I also think the system lends itself to not being that problem.
Yeah.
Just the way it's structured.
A lot of
very
good levers
foundational.
here that have
The other thing cool
little
to
safety
think about, though,
buttons.
from that perspective, imagine if you had 200 cards per class,
Mm-hmm.
and you decide the order of the first 2 or 3 sets.
Right.
But then you start picking what cards are going to the next set based on what you're seeing. It's
That's
less
a
about,
smart way to do it.
instead of designing things to be solutions, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, we have this catalog of 120 extra Guardian cards. We're going to pick the 12 to put into this set that we feel like the class needs the most right now.
And that makes a lot of sense given how mathematically tight it seems like all their decision points are.
Yeah. Which is, I think that's a cool way to design. Instead of, like, I think in my head, I think about a set of Destiny. It's like, oh, they designed that set together and tested that set together. But like the idea of just, we're going to make, let's say 400 cards per class, and then we're just going to pick the ones that we want to introduce.
I wonder if they did it that way. We should
That's
ask
really
James that.
interesting.
I'd love to know that. Now, the real question is how many boxes of Monarch are you getting?
That's a good question.
Is it 6? Is
So
it 8?
I started on 4
Is it 20?
because I was like, oh, I'll get a case.
That
Right now I have 8.
You have 8 locked in.
I have 8 locked in.
You are our best customer.
Sure. And that's not true anymore.
That is not true
That's
anymore.
not
Sorry.
true. Not true.
Some people buying some Flesh and
Yeah,
Blood
I mean,
boxes.
the thing about it is, like I ended up buying 4 extra boxes of Welcome to Rathe. So I
Want to get the promos? You're gonna end up doing
that's
that
my
anyway.
problem.
And it's
is
a big,
like,
maybe as big or bigger set, right?
yeah, and that looking at the total amount of set, and then also like just the secondary market value. I've sent all my extra like commons and rares that I don't need to various people that were interested in the game. That's been cool to do. But even in like with the legendary and fabled and with the secondary market prices, anything extra that I don't want is super easy to sell.
Yeah.
And so like that's
And especially with TCG player now too.
Yeah.
That's a simple system to just
traditionally with like collectible games, like even in Destiny, I would get a saga set, then I would draft, and if I drafted past the play set I needed of legendaries, I would either trade or sell them. And it's like over time, because we did a bunch of sealed, and the extra cards were paying for the sealed plus some. So
good.
like
It's a good place
that's
to be.
one of the things about a collectible game that's nice. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Currently, I have a subscription for 8. I might adjust it up or down. We don't know anything about the set, really.
Ryan's getting 8. Red Zone Rogue's getting 8. I guess 8's the thing. Caesar asking any release time on Monarch or beginner spoilers. I'm gonna guess late March, early February. We'll start actually seeing like a lot of momentum around Monarch.
Do you mean late February? You said late March.
I meant late January.
There it is.
Early February. Yeah.
From what we know, I think it's supposed to be out in March. And if it's coming out March last time with Crucible, they had a 3-ish week big build where they went crazy. I think they'll probably start teasing some stuff. They did the month before that, all the like Twitter teases. It's like the first equipment that does this kind of a thing.
Yeah. Because they really, when you have this big of a gulf, because they had all the reprinting and the unlimited and stuff, you really want to start to get attention on the future again, probably faster than you normally would.
Yeah.
And we assume that it's just a 3 set a year thing from now on. It's like set in stone after they get Monarch
that was
going.
the
Now we're
impression I
kind of
had.
like, let's go, we're
But
normalized.
We can ask James on Friday.
We should.
This is cool to see. Alan saying he's got 5 cases.
5K,
coming.
what's that, 20 boxes, Alan?
That's about how many you need to get a Fabled.
Well,
you know.
I mean, you know,
Jared Ringer,
you go for it.
Ridinger saying he's in for 4, I think, boxes. Yeah, it's Hanwater saying, ugh, subscribe for 3. Now question if I shouldn't have gone 4. You can always
go into the back end, click edit. We just implemented that. That happened like last week. So you can edit a subscription quantity. Just go to the account, edit your quantity. It'll automatically update the price. So you can always easily do that.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're unfamiliar, we have a subscription service. You can sign up to automatically receive boxes from future sets. It's $75 a box. 3 boxes equals free shipping. And we have an exclusive promo that comes with each box you get your subscription. And the exclusive promo will be from Monarch this time around. So if you want to automatically get them and guarantee you get alpha boxes, first edition, that's a way to do it. And you get the promo. So it's a really good deal.
Also, shout out to Wade Jones here saying this is the sort of game I would ignore, except you guys are playing it. So now I have to look at it and figure out if it's for me. That's awesome. We've got a ton of back catalog of content. A lot of it is lower quality than what we're doing now, just technologically, and also because Zach and I have grown as human beings. And we've gotten better at the game, of course.
Better at Flesh and Blood.
But yeah, you can check out we got all sorts of videos on this, of course. So yeah, give it a look. Channel Fireball's doing stuff now. I think Rudy with Alpha Investments was doing some Flesh and Blood
There's a
stuff.
bunch of content now too. I haven't checked it out yet, but it's called like Session Blood. Like Session Blood.
Oh.
Instead of Flesh and Blood.
Oh,
nice play.
that's cool. Yeah, like a session ale.
Yes.
You can drink it easily.
Or they'll
throughout
have
the
a
day.
session of discussing Flesh and Blood.
Right.
That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I've heard good things.
Also, Ryan with the facts that matter here. The previous TC promo is selling for about $1,000 a set on the secondary market, if
That's
that
what I'm
sways
saying.
anyone.
Like, should I
I think my retirement plan here should just be get as many Flesh and Blood boxes as I can up front and sell all the promos and then leave. Go live in the country forever.
or at least build your deck.
I'll build that deck, man. Can you imagine? This is the kind of thing, though. I'll get like 1,000 boxes, and then the bottom will fall out for some reason, and then I'll be left with, and I'll have nothing.
That's always the thing.
I'll go spend it on the dog races or whatever.
When we were talking on the podcast a couple weeks ago about Flesh and Blood's secondary market insanity, basically the fundamental question for me is going into Monarch is the wave, is the top of the wave at Monarch, or is it the beginning of the true wave? And my vote is because the world's gonna be opening back up, that it's the beginning of the true wave. In which case, obviously, we're doing an exclusive promo with each box, so there's gonna be the least amount of, hopefully, the one that came with the Crucible of War in the market. But if we're at the beginning of this thing still, Alpha on Monarch and the promos for that are going to be valuable.
We have caps too. So there literally is a max number of promos that could even be created and distributed through the subscription platform. So if we hit that, which I actually, like I said, I wouldn't have thought that we would when we started this thing, but I don't know why I'm like looking like a creepy hunchback today.
Yeah, people ask me up front, dude, I think we'd cap. And I was like, probably not.
It's possible now. I mean,
I'm
the
expecting
numbers
it to
are
at this point.
insane. So if you're here watching this, you're obviously kind of still an early adopter ultimately. So jump in on that sub if you really want to guarantee get that promo. I would hate for it to go out of stock and then we're going to get an influx of questions.
Hey, I want to.
It's like, no, it's not.
Especially when there's no cost to signing up.
It's free. Yeah, all you got to do is put your name on a list and he is done.
Final thing before we get out of here, Nick Crow saying if I adjust my account from 2 to 3 boxes, will it change to free shipping as well? Because it still showed the shipping cost when I did.
I'm glad you said that, Nick. So that is a technological error on our end with that. It's currently in the development pipeline to fix that. If you change from 2 to 3, we'll automatically update that to free shipping for you once we get that figured out as far as what's happening system-wide. But currently, yeah, so the thing it's not doing right now is adjusting the shipping method. So if you have free shipping and you go from 3 to 8, that free shipping will stay. But the problem is if you have 2 and you go to 3, it doesn't change it up to free shipping, but we intend to implement that like probably this week. And we will retroactively change all of those old subs to free shipping. So feel free to do that for now. Know that that's going to get solved for you before it happens.
And if for any reason you end up getting charged and shipping's still there, let us know and we will take care of it.
Caesar asking, can we share numbers, how many we sell? No, we make a point. This is like in card games, you never show your hand. Sometimes maybe it doesn't matter.
It's like, what did you have? And it's like, I
but
don't know.
You never show it. When in poker, you never flip your hand after you never do it. But we will say it's selling very well.
I will say that
very well.
The difference between our Crucible numbers and current Monarch numbers is many times over.
Yeah, the growth is real.
The growth is insane. So for everyone that has been a part of that growth by becoming a subscriber, major shout out. We wouldn't be able to do any of this without you.
Thank you, everybody.
Stay safe out there.
Thank you.
Again, next week we will not be streaming Flesh and Blood. We're doing a paint-a-thon. It's a Thanksgiving week. It's a good time to be painting some miniatures. But then the next week after that, we're planning to be back with some more Flesh and Blood. So stay tuned and stay safe.